I cannot start my video, Iris. You can hear me. Okay, that's good. Okay, wait, hold on a second. I'm using my better mic. Can you hear me better now? Hello. You could enable my video because if not, I don't know how I will look later. Nope, I can't. Live on YouTube. That's good. Go out. So I leave first or what? I leave first. Well, I got to ensure that the speaker can work. Am I co-host now? Oh, yes. Not the right video. This one is better. Hello? Megan.
Hello.
That's good. I can hear you guys. Okay, let me close the door first.
Oh my God, something really bad is happening.
What's up? What happened?
Sorry, like something really. I just followed the group. It's in the one in the chat.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh my God, this is really really bad. Sounds like the guy has a real bone to pick.
No, Iris, you are muted, Iris.
Shirley, you want to say something? Okay, Shirley, I'm going to unmute you. You put up your hand. Is there anything you want to ask? Okay. So, no problem. Let's do it.
Okay.
Okay, so let's do it. Let me see.
Did Shirley have anything to say because she raised her hand for what?
Raise your hand for what lah? I don't know.
Or she accidentally pressed on the wrong button.
Yeah,
Ouch.
I'm not sure.
Never mind.
Okay. Wait lah. Where is my thing? Okay, yes, Arthur. Thank you, Arthur. I can hear you now. Yes. Okay, guys. Let me see. Let me just post something in Telegram. You guys are a bit early, so also if you have. Okay, wait. Where's the Eventbrite thing? Okay, wait.
Oh, she accidentally pressed wrong button.
Okay, let me share the thing from YouTube. Let me see. How do I go to YouTube? Okay, view stream from YouTube.
You can go to
Family watching. Hello, everyone from YouTube. Nice to see you guys. Thank you, Arthur. Thank you, Arthur. Yeah, let me share the thing from. Okay.
Okay. It's 6:58. Okay, you guys are early. Thanks for coming. You all have question, is it? Okay, I will try to answer. I'll try to forward the questions to Raymond, but if I can't, then I will give you all like a place to put your questions. Okay. Okay, where's the post? The form. Okay, the form. Okay.
Okay.
Just a minute. Okay, where's the form? How do I post here? If you have some questions that you want to ask, you can ask in the chat box first. Maybe at the end, I will try to filter whatever questions that we can ask. Okay, for people. Type answer. How do I type? Okay, wait. Okay. Okay. This chat thing is a little bit new to me, but let's do it.
Okay. There are 41 attendees on Zoom.
I'm testing the what do you call it? I'm testing the YouTube thing. You all see? Okay. How many people looking
About
at
25,
YouTube?
I think. How come I cannot post on my own
Okay,
group?
sure. Okay, guys, we'll be starting soon. It's 7019
Oh, 7 and 1, okay.
right now. Okay, let me just post on my face first.
I'm coming today for fairly obvious reasons.
Okay, happening now. Okay, I'm putting on my Facebook profile
Actually,
first.
I'm going to try. I can help post like general guidelines on what to say, what to say.
Yeah, sure. Okay, you can just post. Okay. All right, guys. We will probably want to start soon. Thanks for coming. Okay, so we have some general guidelines, some announcement. Okay, so anyway, the purpose of this presentation today, or like this little Zoom thing that we are organizing, basically in response to also the interview by Adrian Tan, the lawyer, given to CNA. We find that it is a little bit, I mean, that's just one side. We also find that it's a little bit seems to be telling and teaching employers how to fire their employees legally, which we find is actually very problematic. Okay, at least that's how I read it lah. Okay, I am in my personal opinion. Okay, I could be wrong, but I felt very angry after I heard. So I think we need to teach everybody else the other side of it and the employment laws. Okay, so I have also invited Raymond. Okay, he is actually my husband in personal life. Okay, but he is very skilled with legal stuff because he has to deal with it as a practicing management consultant, also as a boss, like managing the staff and so forth. So, and I think he has been to court quite a lot of times for different reasons, for business, and also like sometimes got like employee problems and stuff like that. So actually he needed to know quite a lot about the labor law. So Raymond, without further ado, I'll hand the time over to him, and he will share about this very important topic, which actually a lot of people were very stressed about. Because after I started speaking up, okay, a lot of Singaporeans message me and tell me that they are very pressurized and very upset about what's happening, and they want to know what to do. So that's why we are doing this today. Okay, it's really for everybody, all Singaporeans. I think it's important to know what your employment rights are. And so, of course, you know, he's not a lawyer, okay? So I just say he's not a lawyer. So you may want to check and verify the information yourself just to be sure. But he's going to teach you some important things that you can do for yourself, including like how you can file a complaint legally, okay, by yourself. Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to hand the time over to Raymond. Okay?
Hello, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay. I just want to, for the purpose of today's talk, I want to share a bit of my resume. But this resume is specifically to my court experience. Okay, basically, honestly, actually, it's not something to be proud of. I consider myself to be a frequent user of the court. So if I ever going to get loyalty points for using the court, I think I will get a lot of loyalty points. But unfortunately, using the court system have no loyalty points. But again, I was thinking that when I first see the post by Channel News Asia about yesterday, the interview Adrian Tan's speech, I was very seriously very angry, because the thing is that I mean, of course, as a lawyer, he's a lawyer so he is presenting. Okay, you must understand, he is presenting on the side on how an employer can terminate an employee. Okay, I mean, of course, as a lawyer, and of course, when the CNA questioned him, he is not obliged to provide any information how a staff can defend against the firing. Okay, so if you ask me, all the things he say, is he legally all correct? Unfortunately, they are lah. They are all correct. But the thing is that, of course, that's why you must find a lawyer. I mean, of course, I'm not a lawyer, okay? The thing is that you must understand that when you go to court for employment-related stuff, that means let's say your employee sue you or you sue your employee, nobody can hire a lawyer to go and represent them. Nobody can hire a lawyer, okay? So the thing is that when you go to court, just for the record, over the years, since 15 years back, I have sued over 100 over parties. Okay, and it's not something to be proud of. I just want to tell you that of course I'm not a lawyer, but a lot of paperwork I handle myself, all these things. So I'm not a lawyer, but a lot of paperwork I handle myself, all these things. So mainly small claim cases, and of course employment cases. But mostly small claim. Small claim is about by itself is 100 over already. Okay. And I have handled myself, and that means acting as legal in person in a more complicated case. But then when I didn't fare very well, I just tell them, okay, but I will just tell you that of all the lawsuits I have filed, that I represent myself, I will just say my success rate, I win 95% of the time. I don't win all the time. Okay. Mostly because some of the time when I lose is because I'm not a lawyer. It's just as simple as that. Okay, so now I'm going to share my slides, okay? And I welcome you all to just ask the question, or you may want to put your comments on the chat box or whatever, okay? But I know before you come, there are a lot of rumors on the Telegram talking about, I want to make money from all these things. Honestly, I make more money from cryptocurrency than from you guys. I don't need to make your money, okay? Today I am doing it for the country, okay? You may choose not to believe me, it's fine. I don't care whether you believe me, okay? I'm doing it for the country, okay?
Anyway, it's a free talk also.
It's a free talk,
And there's nothing to sell at the end.
Nothing to sell. The thing is that, and some more at the end of the talk, let's say you say, you ask me, Raymond, can you help me to find my paper? Then the thing is, I'm a soft-hearted person. I will help you to look. And then what I'm going to look, I'm going to ask you for what? Pay me money. And how much can you pay me? Honestly, I'm not interested in your payment. But I just cannot stand at the side to look at my fellow countrymen being bullied legally by other people. Okay? I cannot accept that. Okay? Let me just share my slides now. Okay, now. Okay, today I'm going to talk about the employment right. But this is from the viewpoint of an employer. Okay, I am not a lawyer, but you must understand that in the ECT, the only court that trial employment-related stuff, this court cannot accept lawyer. You cannot hire a lawyer to represent you in court. Okay, the ECT is like that. If you later there's a slide on that. But never mind. Okay, that means that when you fight this case, you yourself must know about law already. Okay, even you are not a lawyer, because you cannot hire a lawyer anyway. Okay, in this court. Okay, this talk is about knowing your employment rights. Okay, this is from the viewpoint of an employer, me. Okay, over the years, I have employed over 100 people. Okay, either sometimes part-time and full-time. Okay, mostly as part-time. So if you're talking about full-time, maybe 20 of them, maybe 20 or 30 of them. Okay, the rest are really part-time. Okay, so the thing is that I know the law as per what is the red line I cannot cross, but this one I'll talk more later. Okay, you must know what you can do. Okay, you must know what your boss cannot do. You must know your right. You must stand up for yourself. Most importantly, you can file for a unfair dismissal just for $100. Okay, just before I go on, how many before you come here today, you thought that if you need to sue your boss, if you need to sue your employer, you need to spend a lot of money. How many of you think that? Can some of you
maybe ask for chat? Put it in the chat.
They raise their hand, okay?
Okay.
How many of you think that you need a lot of money? How many think that you need a lot of money to sue your boss? Okay.
Yeah, guys, one. Okay, you all feel free to chat.
Just raise your hand, brother and sister. Come on, today I'm speaking as a fellow Singaporean, okay?
Okay, 16 people raise their hand.
The rest don't answer my... The rest do not understand my question or what?
No.
Or they already know that it's very cheap to sue your boss. Okay.
I suppose need money but don't know.
Need money but I tell you, definitely need money one. But it is how much money you need How much money?
Maybe ask maybe say like expensive.
Because most people will think that it's expensive. Okay, most people will say, I don't have money to hire a lawyer. Correct or not?
No.
Okay, let me just tell you the magic number. It only I think it only costs you $50 to sue your employer. How many are you as shocked at this amount of money? How many are you shocked?
Nobody.
Oh, got more people raise their hand. Wow. Wow. It seemed that the speed faster than just now, no? Okay. So now, okay. So now, this is the big, okay. The $50 is not to pay to me, it's to pay to government. Okay? And after you pay to government, I tell you, they employ a lot of people to make sure you get back your money, okay? To make sure your case is legal. They mean all your rights, if you are being taken advantage of, the law will confirm seek redress for you. Okay, I tell you, often I tell you, as an employer, the tricks I am sharing with you now, all my fellow business people, friend, they will say, F you, Raymond, you shouldn't have tell the staff this kind of thing. Okay? But I tell you why I'm telling you this. Because I cannot stand at the side and look at my countrymen being bullied by the bosses. Simple as that. I cannot accept that. Okay? I know that a lot of my bosses' friends, they will say, screw you, Raymond. You shouldn't tell this to the staff. Okay? You shouldn't tell this to the staff because they do not know. They do not know how easy it is to sue them. Okay? And the thing is that all other things being equal, the court system will, in the case of unknown, they will err on the side to protect you, not them, no. In case there is any doubt, they protect you first. They assume you are correct first. Okay? Not they all. Okay? So now, it only costs you about $50. Actually, I say less than $100 is because I cannot remember it's 50 or 60 or 70. Okay? It doesn't matter. I think this is the kind of money that I don't think it's too much to ask for if you pay. And honestly, okay, if you cannot pay for this, let me pay for it. Okay? I don't mind. Because I cannot stand aside to look at my fellow citizen, my fellow Singaporean being bullied. Okay? That's my point. Okay? So the thing is that because I'm telling you as a boss, as an employer, I know there are certain points that I cannot cross one. So I never cross them. Because it will look badly in the eyes of the law. Okay? So today I will share with you all the practical tips to know your legal rights. So I'm speaking as an employer, okay? I'm not speaking as a lawyer. But anyway, in the Employment Claim Tribunal, which is the court that you trial your case, you cannot hire a lawyer anyway, okay? You cannot hire a lawyer, okay? Okay, let me start. This is the ECT. I just cut and paste from the government side. And then you say, okay, proceeding order. After filing your claim, a date and time will schedule for the EC to hear your claim. You are required to present your own case during the proceeding period before the tribunal. That means you must prepare your own paper. I'm not kidding you. The lawyer cannot. Okay, actually, outside the court, the lawyer can help you. Okay, help you to prepare all the paper, all these things. But you yourself actually must understand. Okay, you just know the basic rule. I think you can prepare yourself. It's not too difficult one. After all, employment related stuff, only a few things only. How much you pay, how much leave you have left. That's all. What is there to talk? What is the reason you get dismissed? Okay, so you must see. Lawyers are not permitted to represent any party during the ECT proceeding. In addition, ECT proceedings are conducted in private. So media personnel and members of the public are not allowed to be present. Do not the ECT may order the parties to go for mediation at any stage of the proceeding. If any parties fail to do so, they may be guilty of contempt of court and liable to be a fine of 200,000 and a term of imprisonment up to 12 months. Okay.
That's more expensive than getting your lawyer than just paying you your salary, your compensation.
Yeah. That means in other words, if the court order them to go, the boss cannot choose not to go. They have to go on. They have to explain. Okay. And the thing is that, okay, let me just explain. Okay. Like I said, let's just review. Okay. The reason why I do this talk is not because I want to be famous. Okay. It is. I cannot imagine. How can the press, how can the radio be interviewing people and tell people how to teach people how to fire their staff legally? I mean, I don't know why is this country going to, but anyway, let's just deal with the facts that they are, and the knowledge is power. I want to give you the knowledge so that your boss cannot do this to you. Okay? Okay, maybe before I start, maybe can I have a show of hands? how many of you is experiencing some tension at your place? Okay, like your boss asks you to be vaccinated, or your boss say what? Oh my God, there are some people. Oh fuck, there's so many.
Women, please watch your language.
Oh, sorry, I'm sorry.
Yeah, watch out.
Sorry. 17 participants. Okay, the rest is because you are too shy to raise your hand or what? Okay. Anyway, anyone I'm here to help you all. Okay, so now I am speaking as an employer, so there are red lines that I cannot cross. And usually this kind of thing, I mean, usually there's a conflict of interest. I will not tell the staff what is the line I cannot cross. If you don't know, you don't know. It's not a problem. Right? But by having said that, is my experience with the ECT is sometimes I have some staff that today tender, actually the notice period is 1 month. Then today tender, tomorrow they're not here. I sue them. And that's how I got the experience in ECT. But there are certain red line I cannot cross one. There are certain red line I cannot cross. And you must understand if those red line are your boss cross, it is not in doubt one. They are at fault. Okay? So now what happened? Okay, but before that we must have a very simple understanding of the law. Okay? You must have a very simple understanding of the law. And I want to clarify the understanding by asking you a simple question. Okay? What counts most? What MOM says or what the court says? Okay. Okay, maybe at this point of time, if you feel that what MOM says is the most important thing, can you raise up your hand?
Maybe you want them to type in the chat box.
Okay, can you type in the chat group? Can you type in the chat? Tell me whose opinion is the most important? Okay, as far as your employment case, is it what MOM say or is it what the court says? Can I see the chat box? I cannot see the chat box.
Open the
Yeah,
chat.
can. Yeah, can. I can see court,
Okay.
MOM, court mandate,
Okay.
court. Okay, MOM.
Okay, there are some people say MOM, some people say court. I think most people say court. Most people say court. Okay, let me just go down. Court. Most people say court. Government mandate. Hey, government mandate is, that means the same ministry lah. Chris. Okay, never mind. I just take it as government mandate means ministry. Okay? Okay, MOM, court, MOM. Okay, wait, court, MOM. Okay. The people who answer court is correct. Okay? MOM can say whatever they want. But in the end, it's decided in court. Okay? Okay, maybe I change the question a bit. Do you think the minister of labor, his opinion count more than the court? How many of you think is the minister of labor or is it the court? Let's just
Court.
Who's the Minister of Labour?
I also don't know who is the minister of labor now.
just answer how relevant he is. If you don't know who is Minister of Labour, just answer how relevant he is.
Tan Sealing, okay. Yeah, the new guy. I mean, quite a high flyer lah. I think he. Okay. D go answer. Who cares? Okay. My point is that okay. The thing is that okay. I know that this is a public talk. Okay. Technically, you say anything against a court, it's called scandalizing the court. Okay. But you must understand whatever I say now about the court, it's not because it is illegal to say otherwise. But like I say, I'm a frequent user of the court. Okay. I can tell you the truth. The court is very fair one. Okay. You know because you are not a frequent user of the court, you do not know how fair they are. You know there are times in which I was serving as a witness to some case. I have seen the judge reprimand the prosecutor one. They say the judge will say, hey, you don't anyhow say this kind of thing. You say this kind of thing about the defendant. You have proof or not? You know, they are sometimes the prosecutor can be reprimanded in court one. Because they cannot anyhow say things like so the court you must understand okay, Leonard, actually MOM give more than just guidelines. In the case where it is passed in this act, then when it's passed in the act, then of course the court is forced to execute it. Okay. But the thing is that that one is technicality. The point is that you must understand in Singapore system, the judiciary is independent and you cannot scandalize the judiciary. And whatever the court say, okay, you may see this. Okay, for example, if the government say, even if the government say that for whatever reason, if they say anything like, but they have yet to say it, okay? If they say anything that you must ask or force your staff to be vaccinated, okay? For example, if they say something like this, this is their opinion, correct or not? This is their opinion, okay? Okay, Spencer, never mind. That one is your opinion. I'm not here to talk about. I'm talking about as the law as it stands now, what you can do. Okay. So whatever the parliament can say, whatever the minister can say in his own private time or in the parliament, that is your opinion. You want to see whether your idea can work or not, go to the court and see lah. Go to the court. And the thing is, like I say, you must trust that the court is totally independent. You must understand, as for the court system, the judge, okay, at least for Supreme Court judge, their employment cannot be terminated. They cannot be terminated.
So basically, they serve for life. They serve for life.
Technically, okay. For the lower court one, their commission, their lower court, their judge, their assignment, their appointment is being assigned by some independent legal, which is actually, for all intents, it must be independent. Okay. So the thing is that the lower court judge, as far as I understand, the judges can be terminated. Okay, but it's not terminated because of any political decision. It cannot be because of that. Okay. So the thing is that and Supreme Court judge cannot be terminated. Cannot be terminated. Unless they have made a serious error. But anyway, I think it has never happened before. So no, don't bother talking about it. Okay. So the thing is that you must understand. I know that during the preparation of talk in the group, there are people who ask, or they cut and paste MOM what they say, all these things. I tell you, it is not law. It is not law. Okay, you must say it is not law. Okay, it is still more and more important than what the court will say. So you see, this morning, I think some user was cut and paste this. I mean, he was showing me this URL about this advisory or this thing. Okay. First of all, you must understand. You look at their website. Okay, what do you think of a page? The first word they use is advisory. Okay, then I ask you one thing. Okay. In the eyes of the law, in the court, okay, you just answer me in the chat box. Do you think advisory in the court of law can stand what? Got parquet or no parquet? Tell me yes or no.
No. No.
You get your answer. Advisory got parquet one man? Oh, the parquet, correct. The parquet. So I tell you usually, sometimes my staff sometimes they want to, last year they want to work at home, right? I mean, of course, they work at home is actually not really work at home, they basically sleep at home, okay? So they will ask me trick question, You say, there's a period of time, there's a period of time during the circuit breaker, the law says that your staff must work at home. That's the Ministry of Labour. Okay, sorry. Basically the parliament basically said, your staff must work at home. So that means you better just follow because he say must. Then subsequently after the CB is over, then of course we have some different phases, right? So some of the phases other than the circuit breaker, the other phases is like what? The next thing you say that the next advisory is your staff should work at home. Okay, I ask you a question again. If the government tell you a statement that say your staff should work at home, this statement in the court got parquet or no parquet? Please answer in the chat box.
No.
Should is not instruction, isn't it? You say should what? To me, should means no. Then let's say all the staff come back to office. Then of course the staff will argue with me. The government say I should work at home, no. They say, yeah, should is not must. You get my point, no? So you must understand, okay, advisory. So you can understand, you Ministry Manpower, you say what? Okay, you say, very good, I heard you. Then finish, then move forward. Move on. Okay, so now, advisory. Okay, so basically this thing, I just want to tell you, I can't base this one is because I want to show you the whole page started off with a word called advisory. Means in the eyes of the law is okay one. Advisory, you tell me this good thing should be done, what? We should do this, we should do that. I say, okay, you should, we should, we should do that. Okay, good. I'm not going to do that, no lah. Okay, wait. For those that make sense, one we will do it like wear mask, all these things. Wear mask is not should, wear mask is a must. Wear mask is a must. It's based on prevailing law. Okay, I'm not saying that if the government also never say you should wear mask. Right? The government say you must wear mask. Right? You must wear mask. Right? Oh? So the thing is, you must understand what they say. Then you just follow. Okay, advisory. Okay lah. Then we just listen to this advice. You are advising me, good. The advisory is for advising, right? Then I just see whether the advice makes sense or not. Okay. So now. Okay. Now okay. And even in this advisory, although it's advisory, he already say, but this one look like more stronger. Already. Say number 10. Under no circumstances. Okay. You read the word. Under no circumstances means what? Means there is no exception to the rule, right? That means it sounds like a must really. You all can see it. Under no circumstances should an employer terminate or threaten to terminate the service on the grounds of declining vaccination. Okay, this is the prevailing law. Okay. There are people who actually ask me, what if the law? Okay, let's say, there's someone in the group also say, okay, what if the government make use of the Infectious Disease Act? Actually, under the Infectious Disease Act, under the clause, the Parliament has the right to invoke it and force everyone to be vaccinated. Okay, just for the info, just for a question. Did the government invoke this clause yet or not? Tell me, yes or no? No law. Okay, but to be fair okay. The someone got answer no, he dare not. I got additional commentary. This kind of thing you don't know one but don't tempt fate but now they have yet to do that. Okay, I hope they won't do that. Okay, I hope they won't do it. Okay. So okay. So before it is a law, before it is they have the legal right to force to vaccinate. But okay, if they ever exercise this law, then on the basis of this law, if you are not vaccinated, then you are a criminal. Okay, which means that if this law is invoked, if you do not get vaccinated, you are a criminal, and all the company cannot hire criminal. That's the only thing. But before they invoke this law, okay, we should vaccinate. We should vaccinate means we must vaccinate. No, not yet. Okay. But I hope no. I hope don't. Please, if any of the cabinet minister is reading this, you see me better. Please, don't use that law against us. Okay. So okay. No. Okay, so now so under these circumstances, under no, of course, if the law is ever invoked, then this statement will obviously be terminated. This no longer, but as of now, before that, no law. And then the other part of then of course the guy also messaged me. They say, can you ask? Yesterday also the Adrian Tan say, we can recover the cost of testing, self-testing from the staff. Okay, so we must see this is advisory, and then the way they use it is first of all it's advisory plus the statement is say okay, The employer who wish to require COVID-19 vaccination for high risk, employer may, in consulting a union, adopt the following measure who decline vaccination. May does it mean can? Okay, can you answer me? May does it mean that they can get the money back from you if you are employee? Can or cannot? The way is may, no. May and it is an advisory, no. Advisory plus may. Advisory and plus may, and okay.
Raymond, will you be playing Agent Tan's MP3 recording or anything?
It's pretty hard to control. So, but I quoted what he said, and then there's a page. Okay, never mind. Then he said may recover the COVID-19 related costs incurred by employers from employees that are over and above the cost incurred in a similar environment. Say may, okay, this cost can be. Does it mean you can be, or that means you say you can do that, but do I agree or not? Okay, employees may adopt a differentiated leave policy for vaccinated versus employees who are kind of okay. May can may lah. May can or not? May can or not? First of all, it's advisory. Then may can.
Not necessarily.
What do you mean?
Wait a minute. This cost can be recovered through salary deductions.
Can if I agree law. If I agree I'm the employee. Let's say I'm the employee. Do I agree or then you don't then no law.
Yeah.
Advisory. Then may. Can. Can be. Okay. Can Usually I tell you this kind of document if I ever go to go and fight a case this kind of thing I cannot even reproduce as evidence. If the other party produces evidence, I said shoot it down. Shoot, what does shoot mean?
So you tell the judge it's inadmissible?
Sorry, what did you say?
It means it's inadmissible, means you cannot accept it into court because it's not really evidence.
I think the court will still admit your evidence, but I create doubt in the evidence.
Yeah. Oh.
Like the other stuff actually, that one, okay, I went to court. Then he say what? Raymond very bad. They say government say should stay at home, but he never stay at home. Then they say government say should. I never say I must let you stay at home. Correct? You get my point. You get my point or not?
Yeah, guys, if anybody wants to speak, okay, just message on the box. Got any question? If you type the question first, it's good. Yeah.
I'm telling you, actually, you may not believe this. Actually, when I go to court, and I'm a frequent user of the court, honestly, when you go to the court, you are just playing a dictionary game. Honestly, what is should? What is may? What does he mean? The like that time, that time there was a serviceman that was injured, and then was crushed by a tank right there. There was this, and then Ng as defense minister say, they found out, they do a board inquiry, and then they found out why the serviceman was crushed to death But he said this report will never be presented in a court of law. Then I say, it's not going to ever to present in court of law. They mean there's no report. What is there to talk about? You get my point. The being you go in the court of law is very much like a dictionary. You go all the way to talk about this term, what it means, and then all these things. This what you say should. You say should. Then when you say discriminate, then you say what is discrimination? Okay, you need to see and okay. So now the best defense that you have, you must understand, is for wrongful dismissal. Okay. Maybe many of the guys here do not know. Actually, there are laws that protect wrongful dismissal. So before today, do you know that actually Singapore got laws against wrongful dismissal? How many of you know that there's law? Please answer yes or no. Yes means you know that there's such a law. No, you do not know there's such a law. Okay, come on. What is the answer?
Yes, no, not sure.
Okay. Maybe many of the guys here do not know. Actually, they are.
Raymond, how come there's an echo?
Wrongful dismissal. So before today, hold on. I think it's the.
How come there's an echo?
In wrongful dismissal. How many of you know that there's law? Please answer yes or no.
There is.
Yes means you know that there's such a law. No, you do not know there's such a law.
Oh.
Okay, come on. Was there
my end. Sorry.
Yeah. Please
Oh,
mute the thing.
You are playing my video on YouTube, is it? Okay,
Yeah.
wait. Okay. So basically, what is the answer? I couldn't see it. Sorry,
They say yes, they know. Some say yes, some say no.
But I mean, okay, there are some say yes, but maybe okay, no one is okay. The good news to you, there is a law against wrongful dismissal. Okay, maybe those who say yes, maybe you do not know the extent. What you may not know what is a wrongful dismissal. Okay. So the thing is that I'll just tell you one good news. If you are terminated based on the fact that you are not vaccinated, that's a wrongful dismissal. End of story. You get my point. But there are certain surrounding contexts you must understand, okay? If you are terminated because you're not vaccinated or you refuse to be terminated, you refuse to be vaccinated, is a wrongful dismissal, okay? Based on the contract. But yesterday, the lawyer that is interviewed by Channel New Asia never mentioned anything like they will just say, they will just tell you how to teach the boss how to legally fire you. Later I will tell you which clause is he using. It's just one small little clause that he knows. Okay, I think as a lawyer actually he knows everything, but to be fair, maybe probably doesn't present the other parts. And to be fair, okay, I empathize with the lawyer. Maybe because if he say anything else, he may be ostracized. So I do not blame him. I do not fault him. Okay, maybe he also cannot say, but all the things he say is correct. It's just that not sufficient.
Only one side of the picture.
Yeah, only one side of the picture. Okay, and because the thing is that me because as a boss I hire so many people. Of course, not every staff are happy with me. Okay, I also not happy with all the staff. Okay, so sometimes we go to court. Okay, but I just don't want to have you to have the impression that that's just a 100 case. 99% of them is because of small claim. Small claim means I claim against a client or against a vendor. Okay, not because I claim against staff. Okay, usually I got no much time to sue the staff. Okay, unless the person I tell you that one I sue the staff because borrow got call from me, then tomorrow resign. What I pissed off, borrow $500 from me and then
yeah, Raymond, let's concentrate on this
okay.
issue.
So now, wrongful dismissal. Okay, so now, if this is for the website. If your wrongful dismissal claim cannot be resolved at TADM, okay. Basically, okay, I tell you the flowchart. Okay. Okay. Let me just share this. TADM. Just here. Okay. There is a flowchart. Managing. Okay. So now I tell you the flowchart. Easier. But if it's wrongful dismissal, you may want to wait. Hold on. There's a full chart. I'm sorry. I just want to go through the chart. Okay, I don't want to confuse you because I mean I've done this a bit of times so I roughly can tell you without much. Okay. First step is that you must file for TADM. TADM is a very peaceful arbitration. It means instead of going to court, you say talk like, hey, why you don't pay me my money? Why you terminate me wrongly? Why you terminate me? Then of course there's an arbitrator. Then it's a very friendly arbitrator. Okay. Last time when I go to arbitration, one of the arbitrators was an ex-judge. So they are actually quite legally trained, They are quite legally trained. Okay. So but then the thing is the arbitrator may or may not be an ex-judge. So it may or may not be a lawyer. From the way I look at it, it may be a person that they say, why do you look at it that way? They try to resolve peacefully. But however, if you cannot resolve peacefully, that means that the TADM cannot settle, right? Okay. Then you go to the court. Okay, you go to the court, this court called the ECT. Okay? TADM, then ECT. Okay. So at the ECT side, if they judge that the dismissal is wrongful, your employer may be ordered to do one of the points. Okay, they say may be ordered is because depending on the case, the judge may order you to pay money or not minimum, or maybe you pass you pay that. There are a lot of mitigating factors. So if it's wrongful dismissal, they are forced to, in a way, reinstate you to your former job and pay you any income loss due to wrongful. That means okay, first of all you must be smart. Okay, let's say they say if the boss can tell you tomorrow you don't need to come, they say okay, then you never don't fight. Do not shout at your boss because all these is being seen as you are a misconduct. Then you just say, oh, today I pack up. Okay. Then you just people pack up. Then immediately tomorrow sue him. End of story. But anyway, if you say want you do a leave, then you just leave, never mind. Then you just well, you still go on with do on stuff. Then maybe you go and find a job. I don't know whether it's easy to find a job now, but hopefully it's easy to find a job. But the thing is that people are often think, wow, now I fired. Okay, tomorrow I will okay, then you say must go and find a job. A lot of people because of this they give up suing for what they write. So this one is it's actually very bad one. The thing is that okay, never mind. Okay, if you're fired, spend $50, sue him, and then you still go on and look for a job. That one, anyway, you after you pay the $50, the only thing left is for the government to ask you for meeting and ask the boss for meeting. So during this time, the downtime, you still look for a job. Okay, if the case take 2-3 months to settle, and if it's wrongful dismissal, they mean the 2-3 months you're not working, you get paid,
Okay, Raymond, there's one question. I think maybe it's okay. You say that. May I ask why? I think Esther asking. Why were companies fined for not following the advisory if the advisory is just a guideline and not instruction for employers? On what grounds then do they fine the companies? And what is the message they want to send across?
Sorry, can you be louder, because I think.
Okay, I think it's in the Q&A box. I mean, I don't know whether you want to answer or how to answer. May I ask why were companies fined for not following the advisory if the advisory is just a guideline and not instructions for the employers? On what grounds then do they fine the companies? What is the message they want to send across to the public in your opinion?
No. You see, you must understand. If they are ever fined, it's because it is not advisory. It's a mark. For example, let's say F&B. Let's say you know KTV, right? The hams up KTV, okay? What they do? Then they go and operate, and then you think what? They are fine, because the government never say you should not operate a hams up KTV. Correct? You get my point? They never say you should not. You are lying to the government, So the thing is that you must understand, if they are ever fined, it's because there is one part of the law that say that you are contravening the law. But however, if you say that, my company got 10 staff. 5 are vaccinated, 5 are not vaccinated. Then the government come in and say, oh, Raymond, just because 5 are not vaccinated, you are fine. Hey, come on. I say, hey, come on, it's not a law. It is not a law. It only should be only. Okay, you get my point.
Advisories are not law unless it's a law then definitely there'll be fine and all that.
But if ever there is a party being fined, it's because it's not advisory, it's a law. It is a law. It is not to be negotiated one. You get my point. Like for example, let's say if the restaurant they operate with let's say less than 1 meter from table to table. Okay, when they come in, they say just because this result I find you. End of story. That one is not a law. They never say your table should be more than 1 meter away from each other. They never say should. No, they say must. You get my point. I tell you if the government says should be more than 1 meter. Oh, you say should then never mind 0.5 meter. You say should only should got parking one, man. Should got no parking one. But the 1 meter rule is a must. It's not a should. Okay. Anyway, for the purpose of today's talk, let's say if you don't want your boss to know what question you ask, you can come in. Okay, only for today's talk, you can come in and say that your name is Robin Hood, then your name is Superman. Then you ask the question. Then I just say Superman ask this question. Superman, who is it? I don't know. Superman.
Anyway, mostly his first name only it's fine. I don't think anybody needs to.
Don't. You just ask a question, okay? So the thing is that so when you are being fired, never mind then you just say don't shout at your boss.
Sorry, because just now Esther asked the question. Maybe Esther, you're going to give the exact thing that you're referring to. Like, because now you're asking something quite generic, so his answer to you
very generic. Which one?
You must give us the exact one. So then we'll tell you. Then we'll tell you.
When a fine is executed, it is not a should. It's because you make this flaw. You make this error. You get my point? Like, there are during there some time, I tell you, it's quite scary. You know, there are some time when the staff should stay at home and work, right? Then I say, no, like, you come back, because shoot, ma. Then they sometimes it's like your staff must work at home, right? Correct? Then I tell you when you must work at home at that time, they don't know who actually go and make a report to MOM, say I got what stuff, but they want the deadline haven't have the line, the date for that to happen haven't started. It's like 2-3 days before. They say, then the MOM asked me in email, they say, I heard that there are a few staff in your company. I say, then they say, first of all, I ask you know, how you know? They say no need to know how I know lah, but someone told me. Then I say, anyway, the law haven't started yet, right? But the point is that when it is mass, when you don't do it, it becomes contravention of the law. So you must get it, okay? If it should, then you say should, then should, should, it should only, anyway, Esther got no confirmation, so I just go on. I don't know what you mean, okay? And usually, I tell you, the court do not make mistake on this thing. In the case where they give you a fine wrongly, then you explain, then you appeal. Of course, the appeal must be based on the basis you didn't conflict the law. That's all. So the thing is that you guys must understand. The thing is that the standard put on employer is not a should, it's a must, You cannot anyhow fire the staff, okay? Pay you a sum of compensation, okay? Reinstate you. That means let's say you are fired, never mind, just go and look for a job. Never mind. Because if it costs you $50, then you just pay $50 and then you go and look for a job. Life goes on. But you then of course after plus 2 weeks, then the TAD will ask you, okay, there's a meeting. Okay, because now I tell you the truth, because of COVID, it's through Zoom one. Then easy through Zoom. Now ECT, Zoom. It costs you very little time and money one. Money or $50. You fight for 3-4 months also $50. So that's how. So pay you a sum. So you see this case, let's say take 3-4 months to settle, right? Then you take 3-4 months of salary lah. You get my point, okay? Okay, there are other things that they can there are other things that, okay, for example, if they say they terminate you because of poor performance or this thing, okay, where misconduct or poor performance is cited as a reason for dismissal, the employer bears the burden. He must prove it. Bears the burden of proving the ground for dismissal. The dismissal is considered wrongful if the employer is unable to do so. You must know, if the employer cannot prove that you are bad, he is wrongful already. Because the court will ask him, so, he sucks as an employee. Oh, okay. Do you have any proof? Okay, and I tell you, if they fire you based on this basis, they must at least give you 2 letters of warning. They cannot anyhow terminate you, okay? They cannot terminate you based on wrongful. They cannot do this, okay? But of course, I think the next few slides I will talk about actually the trick used by a lot of employers, okay? But then let's just okay. The dismissal, okay. If on the other hand the employer terminated a contract without notice, the dismissal would have been wrongful because it's not clear that B performer was so poor as to amount to misconduct. Furthermore, the employer have not conducted a proper inquiry and give B a chance to be heard. You must ask them why. You must definitely have this one, and you must record, and you must be a formal black and white. You cannot say, that day we have lunch together. Then I ask him, you just ask him why your work so bad. You cannot consider it must be formal meeting, militant. It cannot be lim kopi and then say, hey, can you back up? Cannot like that one. He cannot say, can you back up? That one is considered warning. No. That one is not considered warning. That one is called lim kopi. Okay, lim kopi 講過嘢啦嚇，篤先生啦啊。Okay, so now this is the trick used by all the employer. And I'm telling you the secret, okay? The employer can terminate you, and if he ever give a reason, he's screwed. The only thing he can say, okay, the only way that he can get out of trouble is, and I tell you how to counteract this kind of stupid act, okay? If the boss is very, let's say he's very poker face one, he just tell you, okay, Mr. A or Miss B, okay? They say, I terminate your employment, okay? Then you ask, what is the reason? No reason. Okay? I just want to terminate you. No reason. Okay. technically speaking, when you say no reason, you screw already. You know? Because there's no reason. Because the contract can allow the employer to terminate with no reason. And I tell you, okay, I'm looking at Esther's answer. Thank you for the response. I'm not able to show actual example now. I remember wrongly. Thanks for the response anyway. Okay, usually I tell you the truth. Okay, usually when I talk to a lot of people, they don't use the court as frequent as I do. I'm a frequent court user. Okay, so whenever people tell me that the court is unfair, this thing, first of all, okay, I know that you cannot say the court is unfair anyway, but my point is that it's not because I would be punished if I say this. It's truly the court is not unfair. You get my point? The court is truly not unfair. You must understand the court, you must understand, you think of it this way, if let's say you are a Supreme Court judge, okay, you know that none of the cabinet minister can terminate your employment. Then I just hear your case law, correct or not? If it's right, it's right. If it's wrong, it's wrong. Hey, I ask you, you mean I ask you, there are, you know, I don't know whether you remember, there are certain cases in which the police force arrest someone and put the person under prison for under some act. That time they actually they don't imprison that guy for few months already, you know. Then they're not gonna charge him. Okay. Then they go to court and go to high court. I think to the Supreme Court and ask for permission to further imprison that guy. The Supreme Court throw it out, man. They say what basis to use to imprison that guy? So I tell you, government will win one. But you must understand, but of course, when people always say, when you go against government, you always say, government, what, I don't want to say that one, like government, what. I better don't say. I truly don't mean it. And I truly, it's not because saying it is against law, but I truly don't believe that the government is under anyone's control. It's truly independent one. But the point is that you look at the things that
do you mean the court is not under anyone's control, right? Not government.
It's truly independent.
The court because you say the government, because it should be the court.
In a way, government is also independent lah. They are both independent one. They are both independent one. For government to enact a law, they cannot conflict the law. So if they conflict the law, they have to answer to court. Okay, the court cannot tell the parliament what law to pass because it's not their problem. They cannot, because they are not elected officer. The parliament is elected, so they decide what to do with our life. Okay, that means whether to vaccinate or not vaccinate, or GST or not GST. The court do not have that. The court do not have that power because they are not elected. The court only want to ensure that the government is doing things correct, or ensure the rest of us are doing things correct. That means don't conflict established law. Okay. So the thing is that when you look at this, Shenton, you must listen further lah. You say, well, employer can terminate employment by giving 1 month notice or 1 month salary due. Yeah lah, yeah. You think so lah, that's why I tell you, I tell my friend, okay, like I say, okay, I tell you, okay. The thing is that I just want to end off by saying, I you know, whenever people say the court is unfair, I cannot even find one example. I cannot. When I look at the cases in which I think sometimes the thing is that, because you do this thing, you know, because you do this thing, that's why you got this problem. Okay, then people will then of course they say no, like if the government don't have to catch this thing. I said, why the government don't have to catch it? You conflict the law. You contravene the law. Okay, I tell the truth. You know, I have friends. Okay. They are not only just voted for opposition. They are opposition MP. You know, I have friends who are in opposition. Then they go and apply for a grant. They apply for a grant from EDB or this thing. Hey, they get it. You know, actually the money is like few hundred thousand, few million one. You know, when people say if you stand for election, if you stand for what opposition, you are treated unfairly. Actually, it's not true one. It's not true one. Singapore actually sometimes it's too clean. It's too clean. So I don't want to say okay. But the point is that you look at this one okay. If the employer only know this trick only but you may think that I hope if in this group their employer, okay, actually this one is meant for employee I hope you don't use this trick on your employee. Okay, I hope you don't use it because I think it's very traitor or bad karma. But anyway, never mind. Okay, the thing is that you can choose not to provide any reason, okay? But the thing is that you see, so actually this morning when I post the event on my Facebook wall, my friend who is also a boss, okay, tell me the same thing because of this thing, because of this thing, this is my friend. I cover the name because I don't want you to go and look for him. Okay? He said, he responded, termination of service need no reasoning. Just tell employee he's not needed for 10 years. Then I told him, I'm a boss too. Over the year, I employed no less than 100% of people. But even that way, you tell your staff it's not needed, like done correctly, can be brought to court. Just now, like what Shenton say, just tell me about giving mother. That one is, of course, but you must see the law in totality. You for example, you must see. Okay, you see here. Okay, wait. They are okay. There is a part of the law that says that okay, technically it's like that. But the thing is that if the employee have let's say because when he's working, right, then the boss always say about these people don't vaccine then pie then whole day just talk about this and then he fire you, then he say he don't give you reason you just tell the court that he always against the vaccine theory. This is the trick to counteract the thing. And I tell you, honestly, most bosses do not have self-control. Okay? They will often say what they think and they get into trouble. You may say, let's say I sit down with you and then I say, I terminate your employment. Okay? So what is the reason? No reason. But all the days leading to here, I say, people who don't vaccine are stupid. Whole day. But I'm not talking about you. But the whole day, but the whole day I just talk about vaccination, everything. I tell you I should terminate. Then the whole day just talk about this. You think this dismissal with no reason is really no reason. This thing can be presented in court and it only costs you $50. Anyone has any question?
Got a lot of questions.
Okay, can you just select a few that I can answer?
Okay, wait So I just pick one easy one first. If you're an NTUC union member, will any wrongful dismissal be handled by NTUC or TADM?
Okay. NTUC, is it? Okay.
NTUC union member lah.
These are a bit sensitive.
Okay, then you want to skip?
No, never. Okay. You must know, okay, as per law. No, I'm saying sensitive because the NTU is supposed to, because the TADM, I think one of the party is actually NTUC. If I'm not wrong, TADM is a tripartite. I think tripartite one of them is NTUC. Okay. So if you are saying that NTUC, we are just saying based on the question I just asked. Okay, let's say the NTUC do this to you. Okay, technically speaking, you can still file a lawsuit at TADM. You file an arbitration thing in TADM first. Because by law they must process. By procedure they must process. Even if the employer is one of the tripartite partners. Doesn't matter. You mean the law is common, you see. The law is common, okay? I don't know whether have I answered your question. But of course, if NTUC have their own internal like counseling, all these things, maybe you can still go through that. But the option of filing for TADM is forever open to you. Have I answered your question?
So am I right to say that currently, let's say if it's my own question now, nobody is asking. So I'm just wondering if, let's say, if any of the civil servants in any government thing, and then they say that to continue employment you must be vaccinated, they make it mandatory. So will people lose their job? Let's say the employer is government.
So we go back to the same question. Government big or the court big?
The court lah.
Court lah. Court.
There's also Hazel's question, which I think could be answered by this as well.
Yep. So you want to say the question?
My question is the judge. I mean, I think you hear me right?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah. Actually, no, because can the audience hear me?
Can.
Yeah. What's the question?
My question is the judges are are on government payroll, and it is the government's directive and push for vaccination as such, will the court even rule in favor of the complaint of the plaintiff?
Of the complainant, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You must understand that. Like I say, the court is independent. The judiciary is independent. Okay. You may say you may say that the parliament want to push for vaccination, right? There is no doubt okay, what the government is saying now, what the parliament is saying now, you should be vaccinated. You should be, okay? Then you do you think the court is obliged to push for the initiative? Okay, the thing is that yes and no, okay? But if pushing for the initiative conflict upon the law, so what will the court law say?
You must follow the law lah. The law
You
is
must
the
follow the law.
highest one. The highest in the land in this is the law.
You must follow the law. But the thing is that the sensitive thing is like this, okay? The government with the parliament, with their parliamentary powers, they can make a lot of things to be law. They can make a lot of things to be law. So, and the court cannot interfere with the parliamentary process unless someone take legal action. Okay? For example, I mean, of course, you know who is famous for that? Ravi lah. And then, you know, whenever they file a thing, they call it constitutional challenge. But for the matter, I think Ravi is an idiot.
I don't think you should say that.
Sorry. Censor. Beep. Okay, so the thing is that, okay, Shirley say something. How do you know the court law then? Okay, generally, I tell you, okay, if you are talking about law, nobody know in detail, because you talking about law books, I tell you, nobody can read from there. I tell you, even a lawyer, the expert in company law, they are not expert in criminal law. So that is the thing, okay? But the thing is that generally law is like this. Okay? Generally law, they okay, the thing is that no law can contravene the constitution. So the constitution only got a few things to do. Like I mean, constitution is definitely shorter than the whole law book. But you must understand, no law book, no act can contravene the constitution. Okay? But that one is a very technical thing. I really talk about that. It's really technical. So what I'm saying is that the constitution was sort of state the intention of the law. The law is supposed to attain the intention of the constitution. Like for example, let's say the lawyer was saying regardless of race, language, or religion, for example. But he also said something very, I don't really agree because law is like that. It's basically we are fighting a dictionary war. Because the pledge say that regardless of race, language, or religion, but we never say regardless of vaccination status. But the thing is that then you have to use another part of the law that interfere with because they have then of course you're talking about contract law. Did I agree? Did I agree to be vaccinated? Did I agree to tell you I'm vaccinated?
How come suddenly the employment conditions change? Suddenly?
Yeah. You cannot anyhow change
Yeah.
You cannot anyhow change So the thing is that like I say, this one is the only way. Okay, employer can only use this trick. No reason. Okay, that's the only protection. But their surrounding culture of the whole company, if the whole day just talk about I hate vaccination, I don't like vaccination, people who are not vaccinated are idiot, all these things. If you constantly say this or record it down. Record it down. This company hate people who are not vaccinated. They say then boom. So I really know, yes, they did what does it mean? They did say this kind of thing. Then record it down. Record it down. Because you don't want for the you don't wait for the time when they sit in front of you and say, Irene, I'm very sorry to tell you that I am giving you 1 month notice. Then what do you do? You cannot at the time they say at the time they read the meeting, you say, can you record down that you hate people who are not vaccinated? Of course you won't say it's too late already,
Have email some more. Okay, very good.
Email, copy and paste. I tell you, when they fire you, your email system is gone. You must cut and paste, screenshot, save somewhere.
Also because like you say, email is actually the best place to find stuff. Instead also find over there.
Screenshot. Because when they terminate you, your email system is gone. Okay?
Yep, and guys, there's a form also. You guys can fill up a form.
Okay, echoing an earlier question, is the vaccine or text 2-time advisory or by law? I'm afraid based on the way it's being phrased is by law. By law. Okay? That means the status is either you are vaccinated or you 2 times per. But okay, again the same thing. Again the same thing. I ask you, okay? Actually there's one slide that touch about this. Can the boss ask you to pay for it? Okay.
They can, but you can say you can do.
No. Let's step by step. You must think logically. Okay. The requirement that company staff must be either vaccinated or 2 times a week. That requirement is it to the company or to the staff? Answer me. Come on. Guys, answer me. Is the government requirement to the... Okay. Yeah, most of the people have understand. Irene Low, wrong. Okay, not staff. Never mind.
It's to the company lah.
Today is to learn. It's okay to be wrong. You wrong here is okay, no? Wrong here is okay. Don't be wrong in the court, okay? The company. The memo. This one I very Jackie Lee say memo. Okay, memo high or the court high? Huh? Memo Memo is worse than should be, you know. Memo by who? Huh? Memo by who? You mean memo by the boss can contravene the law? Can?
Cannot.
Can? I don't know whether can. Okay? So I ask you, since the legal requirement is from the government to the company, then I ask you, who should be paying for it? Ask you, who should be paying for it?
The company.
Correct. Company.
So what if the company asks you to pay? Then if you don't pay, then
Then you say to him, no, it's very interesting offer. My answer is no lah.
Oh wait, there's also a question by this person named Fanny that she asked 2 questions. What she's asking about is if basically is you said go back to our original topic of unvaccinated employees are subjected to ART testing. They say you're saying it might be a must, not a should.
Sorry?
For
I think-
twice a week testing.
I think we must look at the can we pull out the thing, like is it should or is it must? Based on the October 1st.
Yeah, the October 1st ruling.
Is I believe it's a must, okay? But anyway, let me load. Let me load. How come the website is so slow? October 1st. Okay, worker in healthcare. Okay, so let's just read together and bring our dictionary. Okay, actually,
You share your screen.
okay, I'm sharing. Okay, hold on. Okay, this thing is advertising. So never mind. Just okay. Worker in FME must be. You see, do I need to read further? Do I need to read further or not? Did he say a worker in healthcare, F&B, public service should be vaccinated? Did he say that or not? Must be what? Okay. Or so you have a choice. Okay? So you have a choice. So do we need to read further or not? Don't need lah,
Okay, I think we may continue your presentation first. We will still filter out the questions, but
Okay, let me just go back to the slide. Okay. I just want to go to the okay, you see, this one is okay. Dismissing an employee must be because of discrimination. Okay, okay. You see, this one is very smart. Dismissal with notice, no reason. The boss know that no reason is the best way through. No reason is the best way through. But collect all the email, collect all the voice recording, and you say before this reason. Okay. The surrounding must be correct. That means surrounding is like, wow, everybody is so happy. Then suddenly the boss sit down one day and say, you are terminated. Actually, not very normal, right? Suddenly very happy for you work there for a few years, then they say, Miss A, can you come in? Sorry to say that we are terminating your employee. Possible or not? Surely before that, there's a lot of discussion. Say, hey, maybe you should go vaccination. Then you record this down. Email record. Best! Email cannot be denied. Okay? So now.
Is it because the fact they'll just ask, they'll just double check you, is that your email?
What email?
Maybe it is to make you like verify whether it's that email, that what corporate email is your email.
I think usually they send you an email, probably it's corporate email lah. You better cut and paste and store it somewhere lah. Okay, but he reported the employer had made numerous discriminatory about the employee race, stating that he preferred to hire someone of another race. This was confirmed by other employee. Email is best. Even though the employer dismissed E with notice. Employer notice show that he adopted a discriminatory attitude towards E. Taken together, the facts support the congruence that the employee E had dismissed E because hence dismissal was wrongful. Okay? So the boss may use that trick lah, but I tell you the boss because I tell you you come to me because I so many patterns I see then you see so many patterns the boss they don't know anything they think that just because this just give no reason you will try lah, you try. If I'm the staff, okay, I'm not a staff lah, but anyway, if I'm a staff, you try this trick on me lah, you try. Just say no reason, okay, how? Then I record all your email, all this thing, and I say, of course there's a reason, but you tell me no reason is because you try to avoid this one. Correct? You get my point? Okay, so now there are several comments made by Adrian Tan. Okay, how many of you okay, if you have listened to the audio recording of this interview yesterday, please say something. Okay, please, yes, I heard. Yes, just say yes now. Just say yes. I heard the video. I heard the audio. Guys, how got no answer?
Got people messaging. You must give them some time, Raymond.
Okay.
No, haven't. Yeah, if you all listen to it, you'll be as angry as me lah. That's why I decided to do this talk because I think.
If you listen to the radio, you better prepare a pill in front of you because you will vomit blood.
I almost wanted to cry when I was listening to it.
Yeah.
I can't believe that they actually interview such a thing. You know, it's like teaching people the gray areas of the law that you can break to terminate someone. How dare they?
I mean, the whole country is already having trouble with all this COVID. I mean, it's not just government. Government having problem, yes. They have done their part, yes. Okay? Then the company, then the staff, and people like us. Everyone is suffering, you know. Then the thing is that they say, let's kill off these people. Let's put these people under the bus first. And tell the employer how to terminate these people without any legal damage. How can that be? If you want to see,
I think it's really shameful that we are having this kind of conversation in our country. It's really shameful, and I can't take it. Okay, anyway, let's continue.
Okay, if you hear the video, please prepare a pill in front of you because you may vomit blood. Okay?
No, not vomit blood, but also maybe collecting your tears.
Yeah.
God, that our country has become like this. It is so sad.
Okay. We focus on knowledge. Knowledge is power. So with the knowledge, you can at least protect against wrongful dismissal. Okay. So what he says is that can the company mandate their employee to get vaccinated? You think can or cannot? Okay. Based on two principles, cannot. Okay. Because the law already say it's not mandatory. Okay. And based on that, the advisory, they also say you should not. Okay. So basically, there is no must get vaccinated. There is no instruction for you must get vaccinated. But knowing that, this Link haven't heard the interview, he angry. But I think I tell you, you better prepare two pills if you want to listen to the actual interview. Because
I mean, this talk, I was actually motivated by the interview that I heard. That's why I was so fast that I organized this talk because I just cannot take it. Okay, I cannot take it that they have actually they are doing this. Okay,
it's disappointing. Okay.
Very, very disappointed.
The answer is, of course, the thing is that, of course, from the lawyer's point of view, is yes lah. But of course, his method is not that it's not correct. It's correct one. You know? It's like he basically asked the boss, okay, sit down with you and tell you, then you have to agree. I mean, of course, if you agree, then it's correct lah. Because you agree, why do you have to agree? If I'm the staff, maybe you ask me, the boss can sit down with me and say, Raymond, you think you should get vaccinated? Then I say, that's a very interesting thing. Let me think about it. But you must give me an answer. The answer is no. I finish already. Answer is no. Then let's say you say, oh, you're terminated. Then wrongful dismissal. Kena already. Yes, Chris. It's very disheartening. It's very, very disheartening. And the thing is that I better don't say anything that will.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean I just say maybe okay, instead of making a comment maybe I'll just ask a question. But when this question, you must know, it's a rhetoric question. It's not meant to be answered, and none of you should answer it because I don't want any of you to get in trouble. I seem to think that sometimes the government, before making a decision, they will send out some test balloon. Maybe ask someone to say something like that first. See what they got. You get my point. I just say it's a question now. It's a question. I don't know. I don't know whether the government is doing that. Maybe not. Okay. So the thing is that I do think that it's disappointing. But in the case where the government is not putting out test balloon, I just find that it is very shameful that our one of our major media is doing this kind of interview. I mean, if you do the interview and if they say something about how to legally terminate, if you reprimand the interviewer, then I still respect you, but you didn't. You dig for more information. How can the employee do that? Oh my God! I say, how can you do that? And of course, in the interview, they repeat the point. The correct way to terminate a staff without any legal damage is to give no reason. I mean,
even though you have given no reason, but I'm sure in the months that led up to this, there is a lot of evidence.
Correct. So you
guys must gather the evidence, okay?
So because the surrounding context is important. Because before the day when you terminate you, whole day you just talk about vaccination. So then you can use it as a means to sue the company. $50 only. $50. You cannot pay, I pay for you. Okay? You cannot pay, I pay for you. Don't worry. Money is not an issue. I pay for you. Okay, inside the interview, he said basically he basically say something like this. Tell the company, okay, must tell the staff. Okay? If you're not vaccinated, you must work at home. And working at home cannot be the very good environment. That's why we must let you go. Okay. Then I ask you, this reason can stand out.
Actually, this also can apply to Alex's question. Basically, he's asking, there's a second question asked about being fired for poor performance after you've been redeployed to a lesser risk setting.
Okay. I mean, I know your answer is no, but the point is that you cannot just provide answer no. Then you must ask a question, a very intelligent question. Because the last 1.5 years, so many of us are forced to work from home. Then the question is that, so you must ask this in court. So the last 1.5 years, what do you do? I all along working at home. So
all along it's okay at home. How come suddenly cannot work from home?
So suddenly cannot. What changed? You see, one of the parameters is that if you can terminate and it's not wrongful is because your working environment changed. So the working environment in the last 1.5 years is working at home. So now you say working at home cannot. That's what the lawyer say Okay. Then now you say working at home cannot. They say, why? The last 1.5 year, companies still make money, right? then what is the basis of firing me? Selena, that's right. Is it someone use it on you, Selena? You get my point. So it's very logical. It's just very commonsensical one. Because the court, I tell you, whenever I go to court, the kind of small little thing, he will ask you until the cow come home. You must, whether you sign your check. I tell you, going to the court, it's like going to the whole day. I just talk about last time when I submit my evidence, Then sometimes you know I blur I go and print on double-sided paper, okay? Double-sided. Then they say, because you print on double-sided paper, this evidence cannot be admitted. They say, huh? and the other thing is that because you type your paperwork in one line spacing, you cannot be admitted. Because usually court letter is 1.5 spacing, right? So all these things, I use another form cannot. So you think I tell you the whole day, the 90% of the time is talking about all this shit, the law, the court. Is all these things. But anyway, of course, nowadays, the court also improve a lot. Now a lot of things go through online one. Yeah, Iris, you say what?
Oh no, I will put the link of the interview for you all. I go and find. Then can.
What interview
first? This CNA lah.
Okay.
I will give you the link.
Good. Okay, so now I'm addressing all the points being mentioned. Okay, at the meantime, you all can put out a question. Okay, put on a checkbox. Later, if time allows, everything, I probably let some of you speak. Okay.
There's also like a Q&A section. I think it's more. That is a bit better because you can say who's open and who's answered.
Yeah. Okay. Stating or even suggesting if vaccine is part of appraiser. I think this was because just now I was talking to a guy called C or CK. Is he here or not? Okay, maybe I don't know whether he's here, but never mind. Okay, stating or even suggesting vaccine is a part of appraiser, sufficient ground for wrongful dismissal. Because you see, for example, I tell you a few things. Let's say if a staff got cancer, can you fire him? Cannot. No, you cannot be because he got cancer. The question is that because he got cancer, will it affect the job? If it does not, you cannot fire him. You cannot fire him. If it does not affect his job, okay? Okay, so now. Okay, wait, this side got some duplication. Can the company, don't ask really, the answer is no lah. Can the company ask you for pay for COVID-19 self-testing? Legally, no lah. If you cannot peer group thing, cannot force you, then it's because you agree or not because they can.
So say what if they force you to resign and not ask you to leave? You don't resign
Yeah.
Wait. This one I got answer. Okay, this one but the way you ask very funny force you to resign and not ask you to leave. What's the difference between leave and resign?
AO, you want to unmute yourself? AO?
You want to unmute yourself? It's very interesting. Because if you know when I go to my legal mode, I'm just a walking dictionary. What do you mean?
AO, I have unmuted yourself. I unmuted you. If you want, you can speak. Can you maybe you want to say?
Yeah, AO, you want to speak?
Hello. Yeah, because I have cases for my colleague, right? They were asked to leave, but they will say, "Oh, you better resign on your own because it doesn't look good on resume if I terminate you. So you better resign."
This is another trick. Thanks for goodness you asked it. Okay? Because it never occurred to me. But anyway, since you asked it, I tell you. Okay, you see. If you resign, you give up all rights.
Yeah.
This is a trick. Okay? Because you resign already, then you go and sue them for wrongful dismissal. Oh, no. But there is okay, under the okay, I just show you. Actually, there is let me see, MOM. The document that I downloaded, okay, it did say, okay, what they consider is like this, okay, even involuntary, let me just see whether I just downloaded it, so it should be quite, okay, tripartite, okay, okay, so it also include involuntary resignation. What does it mean? Involuntary means you being forced, okay, but I ask you one thing, is it hard to prove that you are being forced?
Maybe.
It's hard. It's very hard one because you sign on the thing, then you say you are being forced. Then the court will ask you, how are you being forced? It will be harder to prove. Okay, but I tell you at this time, this is actually quite a emergency time, don't. Okay, put it this way. Okay, If you have a multi-million saving, don't bother lah. Just leave it. Don't. But still sue. Okay. Then you say, I got multi-million. Never mind. I don't want to look for job anymore. You fire me, lor. You fire me. Okay, come fire me. I don't want to resign. You fire me. Okay. Then the thing is, I ask you, lor. If now during this time you actually honestly, if you lose a job now, can you guarantee you can find a job within 3 months?
Not necessarily.
How many of you are you sure you can find a job within 3 months? Opa one eh. I tell you during this time don't fight against money. Okay, I tell you if the 3 months let's say for example you have a family, you have a baby, you have a husband, you have all these things and then they ask you, you better resign yourself. You're not bad for your resume. Then I say at this point fuck you. If I have no job my baby is going to be affected. Then screw you. You can't fire me lah. You can't fire me lah. But these are what I would do if I have a family. Okay. But I make most of my money from blockchain so it doesn't matter. But never mind. The thing is that okay, I don't know whether I have answered you, but I'm just telling you a very economic consideration. Okay, you may say you look back on your resume. I tell you at this time you want to count all these things.
No, it's better you at least have some ways to like a legal recourse, right? Then
because once you resign yes, although the Employment Act Chapter 21 they allow you to have you also include involuntary resign. How do you prove that?
Yeah, in fact, in any of the companies or the organization, if your organization keep harping over the last few months about this vaccination thing and they fire you after that you actually have a case, you know.
Yes.
So you must know your rights.
But once you sign on something you have to prove that it's involuntary.
So basically say, and let's say they forged my signature. They held my hand as I wrote that.
No. You cannot lie in court. I'm telling you, you cannot lie in court.
No, but then what if so basically it's something like what if that case never happened?
No, they can't forge your signature. That's illegal.
They can't forge.
You can't forge the signature one.
Okay.
You just don't go and sign the thing like now. You just don't get pressured and like resign or whatever.
So the advice is just to just stay strong and just let them fire you. Just do nothing.
Fire you.
And collect all the evidence now that they're pressurizing you to take the vaccine. And then when they do fire you, you have your case because the context of it.
And I tell you, once you have that discussion, that one is a proof, okay?
Yes. If they actually talk to you ever, like, hey, how come you never take the vaccine yet? How come you never take it? Okay, that is like,
and then,
okay,
and then
I am taking note of what you're asking me, and you are in a way you are putting pressure on me, okay?
Rich, let me answer. Okay. And then during this discussion, they ask you to resign, and then they say, I don't want to resign. Then the next day, they fire you. Then what happens? Sue them lah. $50 only You cannot pay, I pay for you, never mind. Because I just refuse. I just don't like people to treat my fellow Singaporean this way. Okay, I refuse to do it. Okay, AO, I don't know whether I have answered you lah. Okay, but by the way,
yes, you can make if they do fire you without like legitimate grounds. That means like you think that they fire you because of the vaccine, you can actually sue them.
Sue them lah. I mean, let's say you have a family, you have kids, Hey, come on. You want to talk about your face, your resume? Come on. What time are we living in now? You lose your job now, you may not get a job, you know. You may not get a job, you know. And I tell you, it's not that the employees themselves got a problem. Business also got a problem, you know. It's not that the business don't want to employ you. It's because they cannot employ you. Let's say you go to another company. You go to the market. How many companies close down? How many? Even they are good bosses, sometimes they cannot survive also. Then what do you want them to do? They cannot employ you. Okay?
Okay, there's one question. Is it legal to record the conversation? I think you have to inform them. If not, what you can do is you can summarize the conversation that you just had and you email to the person who has just talked to you. You say, by the way, I just want to put in writing that this is what our conversation was. Okay, you have called me and you have asked me to do this. If not, blah, 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 blah. Okay, if you do not agree to this, please reply to me. So does that mean that this, okay, so you just record, okay, you just record and email to the person that has spoken to you.
Okay. Okay. I tell you lah. I tell you a better trick lah. If you have a personal meeting with someone, you record it's actually illegal. Okay. But
Yeah.
anyway, but the point is that if let's say you just happen to record, let's say for example there are conversations in the office, okay, then you are at the side then the office they are talking about vaccination I hate I read all these things I don't think it's against the law to record because you're just recording what happened in the office only. But of course a lot of employment agreement will have this non-NDA but the thing is that submitting this recording to the court doesn't constitute a breach of contract. You get my point? Because the court wants to know the full matter.
Okay, somebody is asking, wouldn't there be a risk of future employers shunning you because you took your previous employer to court? I don't think so.
Okay. I tell you there are two ways to look at it. First of all, I don't think so. Okay, I don't think so. Okay. Secondly, I tell you, if let's say you are fired and then your baby don't have, I tell you screw that thing. You get my point? Because if let's say if you don't do this thing, your house will be repossessed, all these things. Hey, come on. You want to talk about all these things? You cannot even survive the next 3 months. I mean, unless you are multi-million saving and then you have 10,000 Bitcoin. Then by all means go ahead. Never mind. You got 10,000 Bitcoin what?
No, I mean basically, I think it's like that. I mean, first of all, whether you took your previous employer to court or whatever, I think actually they may not know lah. I mean, you have to declare.
First of all, I really have to answer. Like I say, just now you see the text already. The court proceeding is private one.
Yes.
You don't have to tell people you sue your boss. Don't worry about all these things.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Okay? And okay. This one is considered a junior court. The thing is that if I sue, if that means if the court case take place in district court or magistrate court that one, if once you sue that one the people being sued and the people suing you cannot get bank loan. You cannot get bank loan, okay? Because you got a credit record, okay? But this one it's not recorded as yours because that one is meant to be a small thing. It is a tribunal, okay? And then the judge will try to settle this within 1 or 2 hearings. Okay? 1 or 2 hearings. So the thing is that this thing will not be even be formally recorded. It will not be a credit record. Okay? In case you want to don't worry, let's say you buy a house, you will get a bank loan, right? This thing won't appear in the credit record. Anyway, you're suing the boss, not the boss sue you.
Yeah. Exactly.
Exactly. What if the boss was the government?
Okay, then I repeat my first question. You think the court is higher or the government is higher? Which one?
What?
Court is higher. Because everyone had the answer to court. You are government servant.
I can answer the question for one of the Q&A.
Court is higher. Court is the highest authority. Okay? Court is the highest authority.
I think it's because a lot of us think that the government is very big, but then now it's that the thing is that the court is the biggest authority.
No. Okay, to be fair, government is elected. I got no doubt they are big because they are elected. So they are big. Okay? I don't deny that. In case there are any government servant, hey, don't say that I say government not big. Government big.
Very big.
Very big.
Government cannot go against the law. End of story.
So basically, the government is a giant, whereas the court is basically like a mountain.
No, you see, right? In the legal system, the law, okay, no matter who you are, you must follow the law. Nobody is higher than the law. Including the government. So you all must know, okay? The law is the highest. That's the law of the land.
Even if your employer is MOM,
government, yeah,
IRAS, whatever. But I'm not saying those people will do that. I think for all intent, because they are government, I don't think they will do that. Okay, but they may cycle you lah. I say, hey, maybe you should go and vaccine. They say I heard you lah, but I'm not going to vaccine.
But of course, you are still free to vaccine if that's what you want. We are not telling anybody who doesn't want to. So if you wish to vaccine, go ahead. Okay, we are only telling those people, especially I know a lot of people who join our group that no matter what, they don't want to vaccine for whatever reason and they don't want to be pressured. Okay, so we are actually now addressing those people who feel very pressured. Okay, and I think that it's not good that we have to be pressured or like threatened with the loss of job or whatever, you know. So it's actually very, very stressful.
This Mr. Lim Wee Lee say something very interesting. What about interview phase? What if I'm selected but rejected due to non-vaccination? That one, that one a bit hairy. Wait, also must I declare during medical examination for employment?
Actually, medical records is private. You actually
no, there are some company it's like it is condition so you got to certify you are healthy. Okay, so that one I do not think you can say no lah. The thing is that okay, even if I tell you now it's against the law, so what, you going to talk to your future employer this way, man? No, I don't think so lah. Because the employer, okay, technically speaking, okay, I'm just telling you. Okay, there are times I mean, I don't know whether I should say this. I just say this not so very nice.
Then maybe don't say lah.
Okay, I just say Mr. A don't say me lah. Mr. A.
Yeah, Mr. A.
Mr. A lah. But Mr. A is not me Okay. Mr. A is not me. So Mr. A there was one time this Mr. A go and interview a lady. Okay. Then this lady share that she's pregnant. Then Mr. A say, so this interview never take place. You get my point? You know why never take place, no? I cannot evaluate, the Mr. A cannot evaluate you and then say no to you. That means I never see you before. You get my point? So that's the way to get out of the legal trouble. I mean, I'm talking about Mr. A, I'm not talking about me. Okay, but anyway, I mean, today is a time where I return to society. I really cannot. I cannot expect on the official media they actually teach people how to fire the staff. I just cannot. I cannot.
It's pretty disgraceful. I'm sorry, I have to say it again.
It's too much.
It's too much.
Okay.
Okay. I think you have some more slides, right? Because if not, got also quite some questions. You want to answer questions first?
Can I request you okay. This thing will be recorded This thing will be recorded and then it will be put on the Telegram group. Okay, the Telegram group, please give them. Okay, it will be uploaded in the Telegram group. Please if you, let's say you have friends who have problem or maybe they want to know more, please just share this video with them. Ask them to add into the Telegram group and then the video is inside. Okay, let me
is there any so basically that's just continuing the presentation.
Sorry, what did you say?
No, I'm just wanting to listen to the presentation. What else is there?
Is that the end of your presentation, Raymond?
Yeah, it's about the end already, but I get any more questions now?
There's quite some questions. Okay, so why don't we answer some questions?
Okay.
Okay, so okay, this one answered already. Okay, if the employer state not vaccinated for the dismissal reason and they compensate you, is that still considered a wrongful dismissal?
Okay lah. How much is the compensation?
Joel, would you like to answer?
How much is the compensation?
I guess it depends on whether you accept their compensation.
Never just okay.
Joel, do you
for discussion sake,
want to unmute yourself?
I tell you, if I'm the employee, you say, Raymond, I fire you, cannot? I say, how much you compensate? You see, I give you 100 Bitcoin, cannot? I say, oh yeah, please. Please terminate me straight, but I want to get 100 Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Usually, they from the past that I heard of, but not regarding this vaccination thing. So usually they will give like compensation of a month.
1 month.
1 month.
Yeah, a month and above lah. Like 比较严重的 like few months lah. But the most that I heard is like they compensate like 1 month, between 1 to 2 months.
1 to 2 months is standard. What is that? Why should you accept it?
Yeah.
So that means as long as they cite vaccination as the reason, there is every right that we can just ignore it.
So if
Sue
they
ah.
terminate, you sue lah. Because they cannot force you to vaccinate. That's not the law now.
Yeah, there's no mandatory vaccination right now.
So
There's
And
no law now.
actually, if they were to implement it, it's actually pretty bad, you know. It actually looks bad on them
Okay.
as well.
Actually, maybe I just want to announce something now. Iris, can we just share the
Maybe.
okay, I just share a bit lah. Given that the government need to answer to court, right? If they we are now reading the Infection Disease Act. Actually, you know when they execute the clause to force vaccination. Okay, you must understand what the act means. It means that they have the authority to force you for vaccination. They don't need your signature anymore. They can just send the armed forces, go to your house, pin you down, press you down to the floor, and ask their medic and shoot you with the vaccine. That's what they can do if they exercise this law. Okay? That's the extent of the law. But now, before they can exercise this clause, it must be a medical emergency. Okay? So basically, like I said, we are asking a lot of lawyers to read through. Is there anything that we can ask the government to answer to us? Because remember, I said that the court is higher than the government, right? You make this decision based on what criteria? Then we just talk about law. Don't talk about anything. Talk about law. Then talk about law. What is it? Okay? So we are in the process of asking a few lawyers. But this one, based on Infection Disease Act, to take action, it's a big challenge. But before we handle the challenge, I just want to ensure that my countrymen don't get terminated unfairly.
Yep.
But if your employer say want to give you 10 or 100 Bitcoin for you to leave your job, then take lah.
Yeah, because the thing is that a lot of ordinary citizens, we don't really know like the difference between court or MOM. You know, it's like all the same to us. You don't actually know like, you mean we have a case? Yes, you do. You do have a case, and people need to know that. And people need to know that these are the legal rights that we have.
Joel say don't want Bitcoin, want gold.
Okay, I think there are some more questions, so I will.
Okay,
also, I can bring out one more. It's like basically Jackie wants to address the October 1 ruling again because of one specific clause that subsidizes it for people who are medically ineligible.
Sorry?
What's the question?
Basically, it means those who are medically ineligible to take the vaccines, the cost of the test will be subsidized for them. Will this in turn be effective? Means that
that one you must understand. That one is stated as a should. Okay, but anyway, the point is that
the government will subsidize.
That is if the government is your employer. That one clear cut. Government pay for your testing is not an issue one. Okay, because they are rich enough. They are very, very rich. Okay, they do not mind paying for your testing. Okay, I don't think the government will stinge on this expense. Okay, but the point is that I think what they want is that if they have a vaccination what do you call it? If they have a vaccination roadmap, what they want is not that whether they pay or don't pay, whether they're willing to pay or not willing to pay. Maybe the roadmap is to vaccinate. And I am just saying that as per the law, if they ever exercise and invoke that law, they can force you to vaccinate whether you like it or not.
And by that time, if you're not vaccinated, you could be a criminal, okay, or something, you know. And of course, this is the thing that is very stressful for all of us who actually know what they can do or what they can't do, and that's the reason why I've also been speaking up quite a lot, because I really don't see that law being put in place, and I think it's against my personal rights as a citizen, you know. And I think I have very, very strong personal reasons, religious, health, as well as, you know, just my own personal choice, and I think it should be respected. And I think that as a society, we should be able to contain everybody's beliefs, you know, and preference, especially when it's something so intrusive as a vaccine. Okay, and that is the one that I think that I don't wish my government to cross, because that will be, to me, it is against all my rights as a citizen. Okay, so I think a lot of people feel the same. I'm not sure about you guys, but I think many of you have told me how stressed up you are, you know, because we actually know what it is, and no matter what, I would say that they can do whatever measures they can try to pressure, force, give you a stick or carrot or whatever you want to call it.
I think is it because that the way they don't mandate it is because otherwise they have to be very public about the adverse reactions.
Of course, the thing is that once you mandate it, if you don't want to take it, you're actually a criminal. They can come to your house and they can jab the thing into you. That is so scary, you know. Like, what kind of world are we living in?
So also this is because like they need to be public about the real adverse reactions, the real issues that's going along with like that comes after the jabs.
Okay.
Yeah,
anyway,
of
wait.
course.
I think
anyway,
casting,
let's not go there. Okay.
Okay, I wanted to one more question is like, can they ask for vaccination status if it's not required as part of job responsibilities?
You see, I mean, of course, the employer can ask, okay? You can, of course, choose not to answer. But I'm telling you, since that during the employment, during the interview, the employment relation have not started yet. Then if the employer say that since you're not going to answer, I'm not going to proceed on the interview and I will end the interview, what can you do?
Look for another job?
You can go and get another job, but let's say if the job you need it, then the answer is that you won't get the job. And I mean, that's the long and short of it. If you ask me whether you can sue the employer for not interviewing, for not accepting you, that one is very difficult. Because first of all, there is no contract. You have not even started working yet.
Okay, someone is asking a question. Let's say, for example, if your industry, like, for example, airline crew is considered as frontline and is mandated to be jabbed, but medically ineligible, does one have a case?
Case against what?
Like if they were being sacked, if your employer sacked you because medically you cannot get the jab.
Of course.
Yeah, of course.
But we must know, but to be fair, Employment Claim Tribunal, the ECT, can only handle up to amount of 20,000. Okay? If you are talking about airline staff, if you are talking about pilot, I think what their pay is probably more than 15,000 per month. Okay? You can the most go and ask for 1-2 months only, you know, which is your full time.
Yeah, so but let's say but I mean currently the government is slowly making certain like F&B or must be mandatory and all that, right? So actually it's also in a way quite bad already because some people really has been in that industry for a long time and for whatever reasons they are not really keen, you know, to just pursue with being mandated, like, you know, to be forced to be vaccinated. That means that if it's a mandatory thing, then they must they don't have a case, right?
But we have not come to the stage yet.
No, but some industries have, Raymond.
No, you must see the 1st of October one, the thing is either you are vaccinated or you double test per week.
Oh, okay.
No, so the thing is that we just read the law. That's what the law says. Okay? You just read it. Like I say, when you read about whether you want to sue or don't want to sue, you just read the dictionary word of your contract and the dictionary what they say. Okay? So don't get emotional about it or whether you should or should not, all these things. Just listen to the wording they use. Okay? They never say that their condition is that either you get vaccinated or you get tested, both. You just need to read the letter of the law. It's just simple as that. Okay? But if it comes to the stage where they force vaccination, which they are legally required to, but I think as far as the Infectious Disease Act, the power to invoke that act, that particular clause, is not arbitrary one. I don't think so. So you must satisfy a certain condition, then you can invoke that power. When they invoke the power, I tell you, like I say, they can send the military crew with their military medic, and they can pin you down. They don't even need your signature, and they can inject you. Kind of story. They don't need your signature, you know, because under the law you must do it. They can pin you down. They do not need your consent.
Okay, so I mean, we hope that we will never go to that stage. You know,
Hopefully
the government will listen to us. You know, and respect us and know that we are also a valuable part of society who has the right to our own beliefs and as a right to whatever reasons, religious, health or personal, which we think it's also, I mean, we're a small minority in the population right now, but I think that it's important that our views are respected and we are respected as a legitimate community in Singapore. Okay, next, somebody asked, based on this article, as unvaccinated employees, and we are subjected to the ART testing, if we choose not to go through the twice weekly ART, is it considered misconduct?
If you choose not to go for ART testing,
Yeah, I think yes lah, if it's mandatory.
yeah. That one,
But then the thing is, you don't have to pay for it lah. I mean, technically, your company should pay for it because it's set by the
government.
government.
Because the thing is that under the law, if you must be either vaccinated or 2-time testing, and if you don't vaccinate, that one we can accept. But you also don't go for the two testing, then you are screwed. Yeah, that one based on misconduct, they can. Misconduct is grounds for immediate dismissal. Misconduct. Because that one that you conflict the law, the grounds for misconduct is very high, you know. Because nobody can conflict the law. Nobody can contravene the law.
Okay, somebody shared some things. Okay, the government article.
Can I read? We read together, okay? Read together. Okay? This one is just share on the chat. Hey, don't like the same thing. Vaccinate is I the thing haven't looked yet. Vaccinate or regular test regime. Isn't that they give you two options? Okay, Jackie, I understand. Jackie asked, government will only pay if you are medically eligible for. Okay. Actually, I remember reading this article before. I think it is silent on whether if you are not eligible, whether they pay for you or not. But again, I ask you, okay, as far as the law is concerned, the court is higher or the government is higher? Which one? Come on, answer me. The court higher or the thing is, do you agree to pay for it? Court is higher.
I mean, I also have one interesting question to ask. I may ask us, as it may just an intellectual discussion. Since also it's been proven that those who took the vaccine also can spread the virus. How come this ART thing is only applied to the people non-vaccinated? How come it's not applied to the people who are vaccinated? I think this is a very important question.
Okay, you see, the thing is that sometimes when I just read about the law, I will just tell you what the law says. Okay, because the thing is that for example, I tell you as an employer so sometimes people will just have there are many laws that we need to comply to. Let's say we operate vending machine. Okay, so they actually say that the people who work on the vending machine must be also have the food and safety license now. Then honestly, even though by law I must have but honestly I only handle the food maybe once in a while, maybe once in 2 years, right? For example, but I still have to go and take because it's the law. It is the law. I have to take. Okay. Okay. As far let me just read through clearly. Okay. Okay. Where did he say anything about the payment? Okay, twice a week the government will subsidize these tests. Actually, hey, come on you got to. I just read the word. I know something wrong. They never say pay for you. They say subsidize. Subsidize means what?
Company pay.
No, the government will subsidize
Yeah.
But then here also never say
subsidize full payment. I don't know They never say that. Subsidize mean can be you pay $10, I pay $10, and they never say it's full. Okay, but anyway, like I say, did the contract say they can ask me to pay? Okay, you must see, I'm a bit, for my character, I'm a bit quite like one. That's how I will talk to people. Okay, sometimes. But sometimes, if the person, let's say my boss talk to me, say, hey, Raymond, don't like that, you do this, sometimes your boss is also your friend. They say, okay, I pay half. That kind of thing. So if you want to be quite like one, you can actually say that. But sometimes your boss is also your friend. You also don't want to damage the relationship. And honestly, sometimes you work for a company. You also want the company to make money. Right? So sometimes you say, okay, I pay some. But if you, my point is like this. If you decide to pay for it, then you be responsible for what your decisions are. But I'm just saying that, do you have to pay for it confirm? No. Not as per law. Did the contract say I must pay for it? No. but that doesn't mean sometimes you cannot make adjustment. I mean, honestly, a lot of people are having a very hard time. But my point of having this talk is not that you make the boss's life very difficult. Because sometimes, to be fair, your boss can be a nice guy. But honestly, some boss are seriously not nice guy. Then you are encouraged to make their life bad. Well, the thing is that I just don't want a case in which the bosses use this kind of what do you call legal loophole to fire you. You know, telling you stupid things like, you better resign because you look back your resume. Then they say, now this kind of time, you fire me tomorrow, my baby don't have milk powder. You say you can't fire me. During the time, you think I care about what my resume? Screw you, man. I don't care. You fire me. Fire me, I sue you.
Okay, let's go back to some more questions. Okay, can employer terminate employee citing the reason that the employee is not deployable as he or she is not vaccinated? Okay, that's first question. Second, employer could also redeploy unvaxxed employee to a position where they can't perform and using reason of poor performance and serve 2 performance notice to terminate employment.
Technically, yes lah. They can do that. Okay.
But usually like for example, not deployable as he or she is not vaccinated. I don't think this one is possible, right? I mean, it depends on the industry or what.
You see, there is another valid ground for this. Okay, one of them is, let's say, our job nature change. Okay, let's say, okay, some of the restaurants like Swee Chun. Last time, Swee Chun is self dim sum at near to Jalan Besar there. Okay, so last time they are pretty manual. Well, now they are very high tech one. Now got ordering system lah. Now got queuing up system, all these things. Then as a result of that, they don't need so many waiter. Then they say, so they tell some waiter to leave. Or that one is, you cannot blame them lah. That one is actually, honestly, that one is not unfair dismissal. That one is fair. Okay, that one is okay now because the company really don't need you, because there is a distinct proof that the company is changing. Okay, so the thing is that let's say if now company is changing to be fair, during this time a lot of companies are indeed changing. Okay, some of them restaurant beef now last time restaurant now restaurant must go and do e-marketing. Then as a result, they say you cannot do e-marketing. As a result, that they terminate you. That one, honestly, there's nothing we can do lah. That one is their dismissal will stand in court. You sue them also no use because they truly change. Because honestly lah, if that a lot of restaurants, they also during this time they also dying. Okay, when they open and then later they find that their rental 10,000 20,000 then got completely closed down. And then now they have to shift to GrabFood, Foodpanda. Then as a result, the table staff maybe don't need so many. Then as a result, they fire you. Then nothing much we can do. That one is fair. Okay. I heard that now recent NS men enlisted are asked to be vaccinated. Can we reject? When you say recently NS men means when you go back to camp. Are you talking about that, Adeline? Adeline, is it? Adeline,
no, it's not Adeline. Is it Adeline?
Yeah. But Adeline, your name sounds like female. You are NS man. Are you an NS man? Or are you asking on behalf of your husband?
You want to unmute Adeline?
Adeline, you want to unmute or not? New enlistment. New enlistment. Okay. New enlistment. Oh, you mean your son? Your son?
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I couldn't find the unmute button. Yeah. So actually, like you know this period, right? When they go into the camp, straight away they are actually being jabbed, and then the 2 weeks they actually don't really do much exercise because of the vaccination, and everyone it is like everyone are being vaccinated. Because otherwise they cannot perform the group exercise activities together.
You see, if you're talking about vaccination in the army setting, you must understand when we go into serve NS, it is not a job. It's not a job. is not regulated under Employment Act.
Yeah.
It's the government. So you think we can say that no, and then they have to follow the safety distancing or this, because they are in the group of more than 50 in one platoon. So if you have one that is not vaccinated, they deem that they cannot perform good activities.
Well, I tell you, if you ask me about the army, I can't say much because army is regulated under another act. So the thing is that, and as soldiers, we are obliged to follow the order of your superior officer. Okay, and the superior officer give you any order, by right you must obey one, unless the order is illegal. But asking you to be vaccinated is not an illegal order.
Okay.
So that one I cannot do. But and some more the thing is, NS is not employment. It's not employment.
It's important, right?
I mean, it won't be under the Employment Act lah.
It's not under the Employment Act.
Because the Employment Act is quite specific lah, you know. NS a bit more difficult lah, cause you know the country wants you to do something then it's like I don't know, unless got medical reason or even religious reason. In fact, one of the things which I heard is that I mean, as a Christian myself, I feel that I have religious reasons not to take the vaccine okay. One of it so I am thinking, how come suddenly this, you know, as what he said, regardless of race, language or religion. I mean, what if my reasons for taking the vaccine is religious? You know, like for example, if it's which I feel that I don't like vaccines that like you know, to me is like I have my free, like my will from God, or like for example, you know, the experimental on fetus and so forth, which actually is against my own religious beliefs, you know. So I think there has to be a case for us, because actually to me mine is a very strong religious reason why I don't want to take, you know. So I just hope that it can be respected, because religion is actually sacred, right? Yeah, so anyway, let's continue.
Okay.
Can they ask for vaccination if it's not required? Can they ask for vaccination status if it is not required as part of job responsibilities?
Technically, you can reject any medical related question. But my point is that then your boss will say, then you're not hired lah. Then what do you want me to do?
No, but no, I think he's talking about, like, for example, if he's already in a job, anonymous attendee, whoever you were that asked this question, do you want to unmute and ask it yourself? Are you talking about an existing job that you have now, and then they keep asking you what is your vaccination status? Because I mean, once I started speaking up, people are always like telling me all kinds of stories that they are experiencing. Would the person like to unmute and talk?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Can you ask your question? Hello.
Who's it?
Hello. Like going once, going twice.
Don't know how
Anonymous attendee. Do we know who is it? Can we unmute the person? We don't have an anonymous here.
Surely you ask a question now. What about no allowed to fly as I have no vaccine? You see, the thing is that the airline is considered a free market. The free market can technically refuse to serve you because you're not vaccinated. That one is not against the law. I don't know, because it's not against the law. That's the story. But the fact that government force you to show your vaccination status to a restaurant owner, that one is a bit. We are still evaluating. Okay? We're still evaluating. So we're asking a lot of lawyers to see that.
Okay, it's also a question. We received this email from office that says we will be requiring all entrants to company locations be fully vaccinated, subject to applicable law or legal requirements. We recognize there may be circumstances where mandatory full vaccination allocation is not possible and will be dealt on a case-by-case basis. But this person is that she's up for a contract extension, so it may hurt her.
If it's under contract, there's nothing much I can do for you. Because the thing is that basically the contract already tell you I will choose to renew you based on certain parameters and all these things. Then they will say, I choose not to renew. Then what can you say? Nothing, man. Because contract staff is a bit different, okay? Because the contract right from the start already say your term is 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, or maybe, I don't know, 6 months. But my point is that renewal, they can do a lot of things now. Because renewal, they can say whatever reason why they don't. But let's say if your term is 2 years, if they terminate you at 6 months, sue. You get my point? Sue. Thank you, Jajit Singh.
Yeah. The other person says that, okay, Jackie, can you address to get the jab? Okay, she's asking that article says that only those who are medically ineligible will be subsidized. Means the rest, it doesn't mean that the rest of you have to pay out of pocket.
Actually, there's within government, there's a group being shown by the government, a particular image. Let me just find it. They say right at the bottom, for vaccination for all public officers, they say officers who are eligible with vaccination but refuse to do so will be required to undergo regular testing at their own cost.
At their own cost, we can challenge that, right, Raymond? Because actually it's by the government and it's basically an employment thing.
You can technically challenge them because you never agree, ma.
Yeah.
Let me just forward the image. Also, there's another question by Hazel in the Q&A sector.
I think it's because the fact is that like what Raymond said just now, the requirement to vaccinate is actually for the company. The company must show that they fulfill the requirements of the law. Okay, so I think you can show us the image will be good. Okay, but what if the government say, oh, it's you have to pay for it yourself? Raymond, can the government actually says that those who are the ART test, you have to pay for it yourself?
Under employment relationship?
Yeah.
That means your government is your employer.
Let's say, the government is your employer, or like the government made a blanket say, but actually on the website they never say, Just on the website, if you go to the website, they never say, It's actually deliberately left blank. Because actually, I think they know that the duty is actually the company's duty to ensure that their employees are vaccinated.
Yeah,
if you go to the official website,
you look at the presentation. I try and paste a few things. Okay, of course they say the government have an advisory. Okay, say that the company should ask the staff to pay for it. Then should or should? I can choose to say no, isn't it? Okay. I don't know whether I have answered your question. Is there anything more? Let me see. Actually, on YouTube, there are some questions also. So the question posed to me, is it also kind of based on YouTube also?
Okay, you said that, someone is asking, if the advisory does not mandate vaccination, why is it the authority can mandate it?
When did the authority mandate it?
Yeah, okay, you must understand, right? Like, there's no mandatory vaccination right now. That's why I think people don't understand. Okay, like MOH can have a lot of pressure and stuff. Okay, but at the end of the day, it's not mandatory.
If they better don't wish that mandatory means that they can send Adeline's NS boy to come to your house and pin you. Just jab you.
I also remember the in NS, right? There's 90% vaccination rate. So it's.
But I think that even in NS, I'm not too sure what the rights are. I mean, technically, you should have still some rights,
Yeah, I know, because I know it's not 100%. Some people did turn it down.
Yeah, so I don't think they can mandate it. There is no mandatory vaccination right now. Even the doctors say that it's because it's experimental. It's still in like even the doctor. I mean,
wait, I want to ask Adeline. Is she still here? No? They asked your son to take vaccine. Did he sign anything? No?
No, my son happened to get out. It's just that he already out ROD, but it's my nephew. my nephew just got in, and then immediately they actually just arranged where everybody would all get
Did he sign anything?
I didn't really ask him, but he said that everybody just get vaccinated. I think they might have asked him to vaccinate. But even in the recent video, right, recently there was a discussion on this, and they were saying that all are vaccinated and then rest for 2 weeks before they start their...
Oh, okay, you see, right? Okay, I'm not too sure whether it's the same for NS. And I also say with like a disclaimer that this is what I heard. Okay, what I heard is that when they actually do the vaccination exercise in schools, they actually never give you an opt-out. But it doesn't mean that there's no opt-out. It may mean that you may have to ask, I don't wish to vaccinate for personal reasons. Can I please opt out? Okay, technically if it's not mandatory, they have to give you that. It's just that people, because it's not offered, people think that they must do it. If you know what I mean? Yeah, so that's the thing. You must know what your rights are.
But it's quite sad. It seems like now all the NS men, once they are being vaccinated, this period, even the other nephew also had the same problem. Because I think they are saying that if you are not vaccinated, the activities cannot be carried out smoothly due to the size, the group size. If you are not vaccinated, we can only limit to lesser, like 5 people. You cannot be in a group of more than 5 people.
That's because, okay, never mind. So we are looking at how we can circumvent it, but now is we just talk about like the what are the things that we can do or unfair things that we should not be subjected to. Okay, but anyway, the other question is, can I change question?
Yeah.
Okay. What will happen if the employee is in a managerial position? It seems not appropriate that to remotely supervise the staff under his or her management. Also, management may label the person as not a team player. That managerial position.
Only this time we will say a key player must be vaccinated. No? When has it happened before?
Yeah.
Just in the interview, he mentions that they are not a team player. I just want to laugh at that.
It's nonsense. I mean, if you really feel strongly not to be vaccinated, then you should not be vaccinated in the story.
Yeah, what does team player mean? What if you take a thing and then anything happen to you? Then
are they going to team player?
Then how you going to be a team player also?
A team player from your hospital bed.
I tell you, if they ask me this question, I say if I take the vaccine, I will be a dead team player. Okay?
No, but women, it may not be lah, huh? So
I may be a team player. I must say the wording.
Yeah. Okay. So okay. And another question if you are in the public service and our employer is the government, do the same principles apply? So if we are terminated, we sue the ministry. Is that correct?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, because the court is the biggest, and can
of course.
all the
everyone must answer to the court.
Yeah. So you all must understand that is the biggest, that's the biggest. It's beyond the ministry,
Iris, I think you're looking at the Q&A from the answered perspective and the open. There's an open section in the answers.
Oh, okay. That's still open. Oh gosh. Okay, wait.
That's why I've been sending most of those questions. Yeah.
YouTube also got question that you all got see it.
Yeah, I'm looking at some okay.
Let me just take a look.
Okay, if Diana is still seeing the YouTube, okay, the ethically the one is your own personal.
Wow. Okay, wait. There's one thing very interesting.
Okay.
I received an SMS recently from MOH who stated in the SMS that my company had nominated me to be vaccinated. However, I checked back with my company and there's no such arrangements was made. In this case, it sounds like MOH took matters into their own hands. Is this legal? I mean, we really don't know lah, But
wait. This sounds like some scam SMS for MOH. You must be sure it's MOH, or is it a scammer that pretend to be MOH?
This is true, My niece, she said that her mother actually got the SMS to ask her to register her girl for the vaccine. And the girl was like, also don't know where the school nominate. Don't think the school nominate because she's in poly.
How would the person? I mean, vaccination is a personal health issue. Why would the person who doesn't even know you nominate you? Do they even know your health condition?
Actually, I heard it before. NUS did that too. NUS nominated a student for nominating for vaccination.
Oh my gosh! I mean, this is wow. Some of these stories are amazing, man.
This is
You
Samoa.
actually nominating somebody to get vaccinated, guys. You know how hilarious this is. Well, you know, you don't have to accept the nomination, right? If you don't want
accept
to.
what for?
If you want to, please go ahead. Okay, but if you don't want to, you don't have to accept.
I think that was the messaging they did initially until it just became like this. But it was I heard it was back in May when that was happening.
Oh, interesting. Interesting. Maybe we should see all the SMS, See what is this SMS about.
Okay. Or Spencer said this is real, okay? Wow, Ken Sim is nominated. Oh, so many got nominated. Wow.
Wow, got nominated. Wow, this is
I even have the
really-
SMS. Wow.
Please save the SMS, Want to take a look.
I said screenshot SMS and send it to us. I mean, you'll be laughing. I know the NS person saying the thing is, it's just that I want to laugh at it.
I didn't know for the first time have you ever heard, that you will be nominated for a vaccination. I mean, nominated to be a leader, nominated for something, maybe yes lah, but nominated to take the vaccine. I mean, on what basis do they know that you are healthy enough to be nominated?
Maybe in the coming future, you will say you get a lucky draw. Lucky draw is to be vaccinated. Got any more questions?
Oh, this is quite hilarious. Okay, if there's a few... okay, if there is an interview that took place and interviewee doesn't hire you because of interviewee not vaccinated, can we do anything?
I think it's like normal, not much.
I don't think...
Not much, because there's no
Yeah.
contact.
Yeah.
Okay, but technically speaking, the interviewer cannot say, I don't accept you because you are pregnant, or I don't accept you because you are Buddhist, I don't accept you because you are Malay. That one is against the law. That one, how can you do that? But you know but a lot of interviewers, they are a bit smart and lag. They will just say, what is the reason that you don't want to accept him? Or they will just say, we don't find a very good fit with the interviewee. What does a good fit mean?
I mean, I think the thing is that I don't know a lot of people who don't want to vaccinate because of religious reasons. So, like, especially, like, some Christians or whoever, okay? So, do you think, Raymond, we have a grounds if it's really based on religious reasons we don't want to vaccinate?
First of all, it's now not mandatory also. You don't need to use any ground. You just say,
but then, at the time when it comes, and I mean, it's like really quite pressurizing, because actually...
Okay. Technically, as per the law, they can do anything to you, okay? If they like I said, I just want to give you the most grim picture, okay? If they ever invoke that law, means that they can send a group of national servicemen or policemen, pin you down and inject you. Period, end of story. You don't need to sign in. Don't need. Because the law doesn't require them to get your signature. That's what they can do. End of story. Okay?
That's the extent. That's the extent. But of course,
okay, but the thing is that if they ever do that, they will pay with a lot of political brownie points. Because the thing is that there are people who truly have allergic reaction. So if you do that and someone died, I tell you, this sibei jialat, I tell you.
So because they have to make everything public, they cannot deny anymore because it's no longer voluntary.
Yeah.
So although you see the law allow them to do it doesn't mean they will do it. You get my point. But they must at least have that law. And then the law probably have some pre-existing condition, then they can execute.
Okay, yeah.
I don't think they can anyhow execute the law.
Okay, somebody is asking, can I check that if I'm in public service and they ask me to go for ART test on my own expense, what do I tell them that I do not wish to pay out of my own pocket? I'm perfectly fine with taking the ART test twice a week, but I just don't want to pay for it myself. How do we remind them that it's their responsibility?
You just tell them it's a matter of fact, it's your responsibility.
Yeah. You just remind that, you just tell them, like, just show me something that says that it's my responsibility, because actually this is what the government wants.
Because it's the company's responsibility, it's not yours. It's not yours. Until such time, as long as there is no law for mandatory vaccination, you are not breaking the law. But as long as there's a law for that, then you are breaking the law. Then under most employment contract, if you break the law, I can terminate you.
Oh, also someone asked about whether the employer can update the contract without prior notice.
No lah, cannot lah. How can? No, you sign already. How can you change the
yeah,
contract?
because they'll make sure you read it first.
Yeah, I don't
Hey,
think
you don't sign lor. If there's an amendment, you don't sign lah. What amendment should be like? I must be upset. No, I'm not signing.
But then I want to ask further questions like, could they? What if them? So basically, it's like that they also cannot compel you to sign.
Cannot. They cannot compel you to sign one. We live in a free country, though. I mean, although people, better don't joke about this thing,
Yeah.
We live in a free country. Okay, end of story. Okay? So the thing is that you cannot force someone to sign a contract. It must be from your free will.
Yep. You cannot update it suddenly and then like
if you succumb to peer pressure, then you say, hey, he sign, if you sign, I treat you to Din Tai Fung sign. Then you sign because of that, then you say, oh, then you sign because of Din Tai Fung. What can you say? Your boss treat you to Din Tai Fung, you go and sign already. At least must make sure it's the what Hai Di Lao what basket.
Hai Di Lao also not. I mean, if you don't
I know,
want
I'm just
to.
joking lah.
Yeah.
Or at least say where you say, so what's the anything? Maybe like a nice big bonus. Maybe I'll think about it.
I mean, yeah lah. But I mean, guys, it's up to you. Of course, it's your health. If you want to take the vaccine, please go ahead. If you don't want to, we are just talking about actually how do we protect our own rights, and we don't want to be forced. Don't want to be coerced.
YouTube, any other question? I don't know whether did we miss any question from YouTube? YouTube got a question.
Yeah, guys, how do you find the talk so far? Please give us some comments and feedback. Is this something that is useful?
I'm starting to think that the Q&A session should be a bit longer.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, although it's tonight, I don't mind just staying. It's 9:22, but never mind lah. Today, I mean, for my country, I'm willing to sacrifice a bit of time.
Yeah. So
I just feel that it's very painful that our media teaching bosses how to fire you guys. I mean, it's nonsense,
I mean, what's next? Teaching students teaching schools how to expel the students.
Like, I mean, it's like you're.
How can that be? What to what level have we stooped down already?
I mean, at this point, I also like to call upon the conscience of every citizen here. You know, if you are asked to do something and you don't find that it's in your conscience to do it, please don't accept anything that is not within your conscience to do. Okay, like even sharing about something. I mean, as a lawyer, of course, you can say do whatever that it is, but I guess at the end of the day, you must ask yourself, like, sharing the kind of information that you did, is it for your conscience, against your conscience, or is it really going to help the rest of the people? And I think it's also important that we also uphold personal rights, and this include religious, as well as health, as well as personal, whatever reasons, and in the whole of history, in every society, society is made up of people with different beliefs. That's why we have different religion. That's why we have different kinds of, if everybody in society is the same, I don't think it will be even like a society anymore. So I feel that currently, whatever that's happening is actually going against of what a society is, the basis of what makes up a society, which is all walks of life, all walks of religion, and we must embrace this. We must have diversity in society. Anybody else want to say anything?
There's a question actually though.
Yes.
Like some companies, like what like some companies will ask about your first and second vaccination. Is that legal? Is that allowed to ask?
What do you say?
Some companies will ask, like, maybe they hire you already, then they ask for your first and second dose just to verify that you've been vaccinated. Is that legal?
Technically, no lah.
Yeah. I mean, okay, the thing which I feel is very important is that Today they say that it's just about they keep coming for us in a way like say like okay, or use like all the unvaccinated people, blah, blah, blah. Then let's say example, assuming, okay, of course I'm just theorizing, it may not be true, okay, but just assuming that okay, yes, we did go for vaccination, okay, and they like finally they're going to not bother us anymore, but then they say tomorrow say you never take the second jab, you never take the third jab, you never take the fourth jab, you cannot go here, go there, whatever. So it's like, when will it ever end? When will it ever end? That's the thing.
The thing is that after taking the jab, they have found that it's only worked for half a year only.
Yeah, so the thing is that it's not just about the people here who are unvaxxed, okay? It's actually about the people who have even taken one dose already and considering the second dose and all this. But if you have even such kind of laws in Singapore, doesn't mean that we have to answer to these pharmaceutical companies telling us, okay, now you must take the second jab, now you must take the third jab, now you must take the fourth jab before you can go to anywhere in Singapore, where before you can dine in, before you can do anything. Is that even fair? Okay, so I think I feel
there's a I think there's a related question to that is there any way to challenge the differentiated measures with recent evidence that vaccinated individuals also transmit just as much as the
the thing is that the science is there, the data is there to say that.
Wait. I guess Iris is getting a bit emotional. For me, I'm a bit emotionless, which is sometimes a good mix, okay? The thing is that when I look at the laws, I don't consider their scientific merit, okay? You must understand that the law are the law. Well, because you must understand, who is the biggest? The court, right? Okay? Can the court enforce a law that is unscientific? Can what? Can?
Yes, they can, but it also goes back to the value of society and what we value in society.
Wait. The thing is that value of society, it is very qualitative, okay? It is very qualitative. It is very hard to enforce. What does it mean? Okay? So the court can only base on what is written on the act. Okay, but the thing is that the act is determined by the parliament. Okay, the parliament put it personally for me, okay, parliament obviously in the decades beforehand they passed an act that legalized abortion. Okay, abortion is actually murder. To me it's murder. But through the legal system, you can make certain kind of murder legal. You get my point? So as a result of that, can you let's say bring a doctor to court because he is doing abortion? No. Because in the eyes of the law, he is not committing murder. But in my eye, he is. You get my point? So I'm not here to talk about scientific merit, okay? Because you tell me scientific merit, then I tell you, then I become an anti-vaxxer. Then not true. Then later people say, vaxxer transmit more disease. Then people say, we transmit more disease because the non-vaxxer. I tell you, no end, because I see all the internet, all these things. Today is talk about the law. The law is what are your rights. I do not know whether the vaxxer are correct or the non-vaxxer is correct. I just hear today about the law from an employer perspective. Okay, so you must understand the granting that the anti-vaxxer will say, there is no proof the vaccine will work. I mean, they can say whatever they want to say. Then all these things. Then the thing is that no end one. Then the thing is that when you go to exercise the law, then the court will ask, what is the prevailing law now? What is the law now? That based on this act, you want to send this person to jail based on which act, which clause?
And the thing is that we all need to ask ourselves, if we don't speak up or we don't do anything, and one day, let's say, really this mandatory thing come into force, are they really going to send the military down? And if you are one of the law enforcement officers, can you, in your own good conscience, put a needle in your own citizens who doesn't want to be vaccinated? And because by law they can do that. And I can tell you that I will be the person who will not allow myself to be vaccinated under these kinds of circumstances, no matter what. Okay? And I wish that the authority can hear this. I will not. If the day that the mandatory vaccination comes, it will be a very, very sad day. Okay?
You see, the court, can only act when someone bring a case to the court. Okay. If there is no lawsuit against anyone, they cannot interfere with the government. Okay, they cannot interfere because there's no case. Nobody sue. No, there's no plaintiff. Right? There's no plaintiff. Nobody name anyone as the defendant, right? So I can't do anything. So the thing is, sometimes for active citizenry, sometimes you may just need to take legal action against someone. Okay, I don't want to say who, but I'm just saying, you must understand in the rule of law is that everyone is obliged to follow the rule of law. Okay? But the thing is that it doesn't help if most of the people say, because it's my employer is, let's say, a government institution or whatever this big, then obviously even if I take legal action against my employer who is a government institution, I will not win. Not true. Not true.
Yep.
You look at the court case, government don't win everything, man. Some of them mean throw up. You know, I go to court because you must understand, I'm a frequent user of the court. I see the judge screw the prosecutor one. You say this thing, you better make sure you got proof. Because they don't want to make a wrong decision. It's truly, but for all intent, but the function is very independent one.
Yep. So trust our court, guys. Trust our court, okay? And
also another question is, but so if you are government servants, the evidence for wrongful dismissal can be like use the news, press releases, interviews, is everything that's public that comes from the government.
Sorry. What?
Basically, I think he says it's just that basically if you're a government servant, you can use whatever the government say as evidence.
Of course, Of course, I tell you, government officers are very good people to take the witness stand because they confirm online one. They confirm cannot lie. Okay? Because lying in the court is perjury. Perjury is a criminal offense. Okay? Anyway, you are only a worker. Why you don't need lie for anything? Just tell the truth. You go there when the court asks you what, then just say what. My point is that don't think that because your employer is for all intent and purpose, I don't think the government will because they are government, they got to set an example. Okay, but in case they don't, you can bring if the government is your employer, you can bring them to court.
Yep. And I also hope that all the lawyers or judges that are out there listening to this, if ever we come to court and see you, please hear us out.
Yeah. You must understand.
Please stand for what is right. Don't let other people take advantage of us, please.
I raise a bit emotional. For me, I'm just very factual. I'm very number based. Okay. For me, I just look at the grounds of a lawsuit. Yeah, just look at the grounds of the lawsuit. So.
All the judges out there, if we ever come to you on the court, please listen to us. Please have mercy on us, and please don't make us give up our personal rights.
Yeah. That one will be another time for a while. Because the thing is that actually even if the court want to do something, they cannot, because the only thing they can do is when someone bring a case before them. If not, they cannot do anything. Because
we will bring a case before them. Okay, we will bring a case before them.
That one we have to plan more carefully. We got to plan more.
So someone is basically asking one last question is like someone is saying that how like it's a rhetorical question. It's asking about the infectious disease act. Since like they say it's unlikely to be triggered right now, given current situations.
Okay. I sort of agree to your evaluation, but my point is not whether you would trigger or not trigger, but my point is that you can trigger. That's the thing is that because the act already, the template is there already. Okay, the fact that you can trigger, I don't feel comfortable.
Yeah, I feel extremely unsafe in my own country.
I feel very uncomfortable because, like I say, I want to be a law-abiding citizen. So, if the law-abiding citizen, then if you say that I have to be vaccinated, then you put me into a moral dilemma. A very serious moral dilemma. Do I reject the government's order or do I not reject the government order? Do I disobey the order or do I not disobey the order?
That's a whole other discussion.
Yes, you're forcing me to, because the thing is that I profess, from young till now, I don't throw litter on the floor because it's against the law. It's just as simple as that. If I throw on the dustbin, if I miss it, I go there and pick it up. That's me, okay? Because I will not break the law. But if you tell me I have to vaccinated that I don't want to, then I have a moral dilemma. I have a very serious moral dilemma. Technically speaking, that means if I don't comply to it, I'm a criminal. Because they can come to my house and pin me down, but maybe I'm not there. Then I run away. That means it's illegal already. Because they have a law that says that I must be vaccinated.
Yeah, okay, so anyway, I also want to say that actually on National Day we organized a event. Okay, we actually presented the signs of the people that people like us who doesn't want to be vaccinated. We presented what we have read and researched. Okay, it's on my YouTube video. Hopefully it will stay there for a while. I don't know how long it will stay there, but if you are there, go and listen to it. It's not like and personally I have had 4 friends, that I know who have passed away.
You see,
that's the reason.
That's
the reason why I don't want to take it.
Today the discussion is about legal stuff. I confirm you will stay there because I'm not talking about anti-vaccine. That's why when the people ask me about scientific thing, I don't answer because first of all, it's about law. Secondly, okay, you see, I'm being trained as a scientist. I have a scientific degree. I have an honors degree in science. Okay, so the thing is, I tell you, when as a science student, the theories need decades to confirm. Okay, needs decades to confirm. You telling me this one take months or weeks only? You want me to believe you? You want me to believe you? You take weeks or months, you say, oh, it's done.
And then they expect us to just comply and give them our lives. It's our health, it's our physical.
Don't be emotional. The government never say mandatory yet. So you must respect that they have not keep mandatory. Okay? And of course, just now, who is that? The lady said that unlikely to be triggered based on the condition, right? I mean, I do agree with that. But the fact that you can trigger is what I don't like.
Yes, the fact that you actually have that power is what I don't like.
Yeah, you can.
And I don't want to see that future happening. And it's not just about your HDB flat, about a house, about what election zone. That really I don't really care. But this is our life. This is our health. This is our children's lives, our parents' lives, and it is very important that we feel safe and we feel that we have a choice.
And it's also that I feel that most of my friends I'm not saying that legally trained or what, but at least whether you hire a lawyer or don't hire a lawyer, you yourself must have some basic knowledge of law. You must have some basic knowledge of law. Because although you're asking the lawyer, you ask the lawyer to do the thing for you, right? Then he pass you to sign. You sign, you do you know what you're signing? You don't sign wrongly, Like for I set you an example, okay? There was a case I sued someone for defamation, okay? So they defamed my company and my person. Okay, so one thing. So at first when we sent the first lawyer letter, you only say the company. Then in the letter in the lawyer letter, he say my client is very depressed. Then I asked the lawyer one thing, okay? I'm not saying he made a fault. I'm just saying I just want to be more foolproof. Okay, how would a company feel depressed? Because company is not a person. Okay, so I said never mind. Because I signed the thing, I have to be responsible. That means I didn't check. Okay, never mind. I say send another lawyer letter. There are 2 plaintiffs. One is my company name. Secondly is I as a director. So the letter become my client is very depressed and emotionally affected. Of course, then it makes sense because then you sign on the thing. It makes sense because an individual can have emotion, but a company cannot have. So you have to understand a bit of law one. Okay? You understand a bit of law, then at the very least you know that your employer, even your employer is the government, okay? They cannot do this.
Yes, because in any country the law is the highest. Okay? So the court is the highest. Everybody remember that.
Okay, I know that in a lot of countries where it's corrupted, honestly, they don't do, then they will make your job very difficult. But so far in Singapore, to be fair, I think we are really a legally compliant country. Like I said, my friends are standing for election for opposition party. They get a lot of grant for government. They got a lot of grant. It's because they satisfy the requirement. You know, last time when 20 years ago I help people get government grant. So because then I have exposure. Then I know that this guy is the opposition MP. Then I said, okay, I also want to try out whether you see you can apply or not. Then I submit, approve. Because that time I joke with Spring I say, hey, is it because my client vote for opposition? Is it because of that? Then they all say, actually we don't know who you voted for. Don't say like that. Seriously, I'm not saying this because it's legal to say anything else. Our court system is really okay. That's why
and we really appeal to the judges to protect us, please.
Also, I think it's just not a rhetorical question. It was presented that those not vaccinated are not willing to take the risk as what the rest has taken, and we are called free rider. Why does anyone need to take the risk? What kind of risk has those vaccinated undertaken that they themselves not aware of?
Okay, I tell you. Actually, this is just for discussion now. Actually, when Ho Ching said that, I was on the verge of deciding whether I should call my lawyer because I feel that my emotion is very affected. My emotion is very affected because she called me a free rider. Then I say,
freeloader.
But never mind. Okay.
It's actually a free rider, and she was like comparing us to drunk drivers.
Then I was thinking whether first of all, you must understand, okay, for a defamation suit to even form its basic stand, they must mention the name. They mention a group of people, then they say, then who is the plaintiff?
Me I'm one of the people who never take I'm a free
They mentioned they didn't say your name
Class action lawsuit.
No, I tell you what, maybe
I don't think we should discuss that
That's
right. No, okay, what I discussed is still legal one. Okay, maybe some of you are non-vaxxer, you can go and comment on Ho Ching, okay? You say, are you calling me a free rider? If you say yes, tell me. I will activate.
But now you say she won't do already, right?
She's not here, what? She here, man? wait, I want to check. Is Ho Ching one of the guests?
No lah.
No.
Wait, on YouTube, is she one of the guests?
Don't think so. Let me.
No, I'm very emotionless one. I just say, okay, first of all, do you mention name? I don't want to sue because I feel angry or whatever, but the chance of winning is so low. Not because she's Ho Ching, but simply because she didn't mention the name. So when the court say, Raymond, you're the plaintiff, so when did she mention her name? But you know what? I am a non-vaxxer. She say I'm a free rider. Say, wait, then the court asked, did she mention your name or not? The answer is no. I say, case closed, finish, case over, move already.
I guess it's only breaking the law if she's asking you to hurt this group of people or like hate
not
them.
Breaking the law. She's just saying her opinion to a group of people. Then who is the plaintiff?
Nobody.
Who's the plaintiff?
Nobody. She didn't specify it by name.
Yeah. So anyway, okay.
Okay, just now I just sent a WhatsApp, but I don't think you can see. It's actually a message that is from MOH telling my niece, right, that she has been nominated by the organization to receive the COVID-19 vaccination. Yeah, this is something that we received somewhere in May also. Yeah. Then I was asking the other one, right, that my nephew who is army, he says that actually all took the vaccine, only one did not take the vaccine. I think then he'll be out of course because they are in the commando. So after that he never see him anymore. So this is also like
wait. The way you say not never see him, what? That means he's like gone or what? The way you say like wait.
Of course,
I don't know what happened to him because during first day, I don't know. It's the very first day, all of them are asked to take the vaccine. I think all of them took only except one, but there's no letter to them. And then after that is
Maybe we are saying that guy reassigned as a clerk, is it?
I don't know. Yeah.
We say like suddenly he's no more. Then they say, oh, like, wow, this is like a movie, you know.
Correct, no?
Wow, suddenly no more.
They really do that, no? So it's like employment discrimination. If you don't do this, you don't get this. So if let's
But
say
you must understand, our role in NS, we are not employee. We're not employee.
yeah.
Also, like the other part of Adrian Tan's really really horrible interview was that he said that because of the another part the differentiation was men versus women. Men had to serve NS, women don't.
Man versus woman. I can't remember that part. But
So like
Because
you say,
it's
one
like-
of the ways that the people are differentiated in Singapore, you know, like yeah, I heard something like that, but I didn't really hear it. I think you guys maybe come tomorrow if you find this helpful, because I think tomorrow
But you can ask your
should
friends
really
lah,
zoom in
anyway.
on the thing, women.
huh?
Tomorrow when they come, right, maybe you should play the exact thing that Adrian Tan say, and then like reply him from there. I mean, today it was a bit rushed lah, huh? But tomorrow we will do another one.
Tomorrow come again, never mind lah. No need pay lah. Anyway, I mean, of course, there's a pay option. You are certainly not required to pay if you don't want to.
I mean, it's just like a donation thing, like an extra thing.
It's not a
Not
donation.
donation.
lah.
Wait, Megan, it's not a donation.
Also, basically like a help pay for the event, help cover the event costs.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys feel like it lah, huh? But anyway, we are doing this
They
for
don't want to pay,
the
don't pay. It's
people.
okay lah. Anyway, the thing is that I don't think it's fair to ask people to pay when let's say if there are people who cannot pay, then they cannot see this. I don't think it makes sense.
Yeah.
Then the thing is that we will put this video into the Telegram group. Then you just add your friend to Telegram group. We'll probably pin it. We will, of course, they will still be on YouTube. So we make sure that it's easy for everyone to see the video, see the resource. Then you make it easy for everyone to see. At least get acquainted with the law and get acquainted with you know, don't be a ignorant person in law. Okay, when
This is the time when you must know the law.
when the government tell you, I'm the government, you dare to sue me, I say, I mean, for me, a bit quiet, but the thing is that, but of course, I mean, sometimes if the boss is your friend, really, if he's not really doing well, you also have to accept. Sometimes he also not because he want to fire you, it's because he really he himself also bo bang jia, then what you want to do?
Also, there's another question is that what if the employer just direct refuses to pay for the test? Is there like a part to say that is it their responsibility to pay for it? And is it can we sue
Legally, yes
them to pay?
Legally, yes. Can
you show them the clause that says that based on that clause?
Because the
actually,
demand is on the company, not on the staff.
Yeah.
You
It's a
will read it
requirement for
because-
companies.
Because now I read things, I read what legally what you're talking, what you're saying to me. Because when the government say you should, I stop reading with you. Because you say you should means I don't need to read. Read for what? You must say what must I do? Tell me, what must I do? What must I do? Okay, I must do this. I must let my staff work at home. Okay, can lah. If you start off with advisory, I don't read already. Today I read is because some of you asked. Because I was thinking that maybe you guys are not acquainted with all this languaging. You put advisory read for what? You mean it's a law on me, man? It's a legal requirement on me, man? Okay, advisory are things that good to have. Okay. So for me, it's very simple. Okay, technically speaking, all my staff are vaccinated, but I don't really care. I never asked you to be vaccinated. I also never asked you not to be vaccinated. I never asked you before whether you're vaccinated or not. It's just that sometimes they say, boss, tomorrow I must get 3 hours off. Why? Or vaccinated? Oh, then I'll say, take care. And then I just walk away. I won't tell them not to vaccinate. My point is not whether, I'm not a conspiracy theory, like, wow, vaccine is like inside got 5G technology, become a 5G broadcasting base station. I don't think so lah. Then you tell me vaccine got this kind of thing. Then they say wow, no vaccine you will the COVID attack. I also don't know because the Delta may be less. But today is not talk about science today because
yeah. Let's not go there.
Because you must understand for science to be established, you need decades. But of course, there are people who tell me, Raymond, we don't have decades because decades we may all die already. Then they say, correct, but I'm not a government servant. I'm not an elected officer. If I'm an elected officer, maybe I'll think, if I don't do this, maybe 2 million people will die. If I do this, maybe 1 million will die. So what you want me to do? As a government, if I'm ever elected officer, I would say, then it's better that 1 million people die lah. Then 2 million what?
Okay, yeah, so I think let's stop there. Okay, so anyway, you don't intend to be, okay?
I never tell you I don't intend to be.
Raymond, we don't intend to be
Be what?
elected or anything. We are not. This is not a political thing, Raymond.
Yeah. Not now lah. Not.
No. We don't intend this non-political at all. Okay.
No. Yeah.
So guys, thank you for coming today, and we hope that you have benefited, and I hope that you can all like, if you guys like the thing, like what we share, you can welcome to come again tomorrow. You can go to Eventbrite to get your tickets for the Zoom, and we'll be showing online again for YouTube. Just also you can join us on our Telegram group. Okay, we have the Healing the Divide CC official. Okay, yeah, if you get any feedback, can let us know. Tomorrow we try to have maybe play some excerpts from the interview so that you can see. And if you have missed the National Day event, you can go to my YouTube link and also check it out.
Yeah.
And you can go to our website, healingthedivide.cc. Okay, there'll be more information there.
And more people that come now tomorrow, huh? Whether come tomorrow or go to the Telegram group or go to see our YouTube, huh?
Yeah. Okay, so thank you everybody. So I hope that things will be back to normal soon, and I can go back to my arts and my music and everything, and see you guys. Okay, bye.
Bye everyone. Thank you for coming. Actually, there was a question by Ken Sim,
Women.
right?